Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Dice That Bind Us. I'm Dash, and I'm going to be your keeper for the evening. We're going into a series of a few one-shots here and there as we kind of get the space to fill them out in this lovely transitional period. So today, since we didn't get it on Halloween this year, I'm going to be running a Monster of the Week mystery. Y'all know what this is about. It is a lovely book written by Michael Sands. I have my copy right over here. It is a wonderful Powered by the Apocalypse system that is based around 2d6, and it's just around the Monster of the Week trope of new spooky, scary things every week. I have my lovely players here with me who just built a character today for this exciting mystery. So we're going to do a little run around the screen, and then we're going to jump right into it. But of course, as per usual, YouTube shenanigans. Everything is linked down below. All of our socials. We have a Twitter. We have a Facebook. We have a semi-active Instagram. I don't know what's happening with that one yet. We have a Discord group and I think I said Facebook page, but if not, Facebook page. And yeah, those are all linked below in the description. If you like seeing weird one-off stuff like this run by yours truly or anyone else at our table, please let us know down in the comments. Also, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as you're going through this episode if you think we're funny. So with that, I'm going to loop around our table here and get a little intro of our players. I'm just going around my screen, so starting with Coda.
I'm playing the expert. His name, he, him pronouns. And his name is Abe Dinkum.
Yeah. Abe Dinkum.
Abe Dinkum, the expert.
Yeah.
Next, we're rolling over to our lovely Alex.
That's me. I'm Alex. I see him pronouns, as does my character, Eddie King III.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm playing as the mundane.
We're going to swap over now to Allie. Tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Allie. I use they, she pronouns. I'm playing Jeff Shade, the monstrous, uses he, him pronouns. He is a ghost boy.
And now for Kimber.
I'm Kimber. I'm never going to get used to this. I will be playing Special Agent Ford B. Ingram, the professional.
From Uwu.
Yes, from the... Is that what we're going with? Yeah, that's what we're going with.
I wrote the other one down, but Uwu is funnier.
Yeah, I work for the government, grizzled old FBI type motherfucker. He, him pronouns, both of us.
And that leaves Zach.
What up? You know, it's your boy. Wait, wrong one. Let's play it.
Damn it.
Back of the bus, Gilgamesh.
If you want to see that, please go check out Alex's stream whenever he gets back into that.
By the time this
we had
comes out, I should
plenty
be.
of fun times.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I am playing the Divine today, and I am playing Uruk, Gilgamesh, descendant of the King of Babylon himself, Gilgamesh.
And as we established before this game started, all of these folks are in some way or form or another renowned professional paranormal hunters or scholars. So they have definitely some street cred around, well, I guess college cred around these sort of things. And they all met at like a college mixer. So they're all established friends already, or at least vague acquaintances. And the lovely team name is Team Dino Nugs. So, you know, college.
Right.
And basically what is happening is all these lovely adventurers and hunters are together in this small town called Eden Grove for a lovely vacation. And I'm going to start the mystery off with a little blurb I have prepared. All fairy tales begin with a nugget of truth. There are entities in this world far stranger and more powerful than we can comprehend with mortal minds. In a sleepy little town many, many years ago, there lived an ancient being. He was beautiful and powerful, and he deeply loved his townsfolk. He took care of them, made sure they would survive the winters and have a good harvest and make it yet another day. He would play them music, and they would host dances in his honor, present him with offerings, and treat him as their patron. But time changes many things. Life becomes easier, and the old ways fall to the wayside. They didn't need him anymore. So he bided his time, he waited, and he slept. Eden Grove is a historic logging town, nestled deep in a dense forest in the foothills. In recent years, it has shirked the industry entirely and has rather focused on the smaller things in life. It has become a tourist location and a tight-knit community. But something is amiss in this quaint community. Over the last 3 weeks, many of the local pets have gone missing, and townsfolk have been sleepwalking in unusually high numbers. There have also been rumors of a large, lumbering creature seen deep within the trees, and yet no one has gotten a clear look at it. A trick of the eyes, maybe? My dear hunters, can you figure out what is going on in this town, nestled amongst the trees? And you all are in this lovely little town of Eden Grove. Got some historic museum buildings, has a park, an animal shelter, a police station, a large residential district, some hotels and quaint like B&Bs scattered about. So where are you on this fine day in Eden Grove?
At the hotel. Is this the morning? I'm assuming this is the morning.
Yeah, like late morning. It's not like first thing just woke up.
Cool. I'm under the hotel with whoever else is there, and I'm coming from the kitchen with the plate of dino nugs and my swimming trunks. Is anyone else at the hotel with me? Because we're on vacation, right? We're all like
Yeah.
on a Fend vacation. I'm assuming we're all doing something.
I am probably at the bar, full geared up all the time, because it is my divine armor.
I'm sitting with.
I am just suit. It's just my suit, Alex. All my other items I put away in my.
I
inventory,
know. I'm just teasing you.
You know.
Sitting with Uruk, trying to get them to drink more in the morning with me. Come on, it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Coda. Sorry for the quick pause. I forgot one of our mysteries has a start of mystery thing. One of our lovely adventures. Coda, can you please roll 2d6 for me?
Yeah, I got a 9.
So this will allow you to spend one hold throughout the mystery to be where you need to be, prepared and ready.
Huh.
So you have one opportunity somewhere in this mystery to just show up where you need to go.
Okay.
Apologize to interrupt. Continue with your lovely 10 a.m. in a hotel bar conversation.
The mojitos are really good here. I know it's like landlocked. But who'd have thought that a landlocked place would have such good, beach drinks? You should really try one.
Mojitos.
What?
What the fuck is wrong with these commoners?
If you don't want no mojitos, then that means there's mojitos for Momito. Thank you. Scoops them.
Hey, that's not on my tab.
You heard it, barkeep. It's on his tab.
I second that it is on his tab.
God damn it.
Hands one to Jeff on the way out the door to the pool.
I just have straight whiskey on the rocks. I was like, this is nectar of the gods. Simple, elegant, exquisite.
You got to get out more.
There's no going out.
I'm just saying. Like this is why we're here, right? Vacation.
Yeah, but unfortunately, unlike the rest of you, there's someone still watching me, and I have to act accordingly at all times.
It's enough for me.
Wait, where the fuck did Eddie go? He just walked off with the drinks.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably to the van or his room. Who knows?
Is just standing, just like full, like arms outreached above him, like mojito in one hand and his now fully removed swim trunks in the other, just standing on like the little diving board of the pool, just fully living his life.
Like a 19-year-old lifeguard comes up to you. Sir, no, you need to please be fully clothed at all times while you are in the swim facility. We don't want to have to throw you out of the hotel. Please put your trunks back on.
1,000 apologies. That's on me. And takes the mojito glass and then just kind of covers the important parts.
I'm gonna say found him, and as soon as Ford turns to look, I'm leaving.
Like, sir, I need you to put your swim trunks on or leave the pool. Just keeps like trying to convince you.
By the way, I'm sitting at the bar with like my uniform dress shirt on, with like a pistol holster and then like really short swim trunks, and that's it.
I picture you wearing like a full duster still.
No, just like dress shirt, really short swim trunks, like a Speedo, and like a gun holster. That's all I got. I'm gonna go.
I'm out by the pool now, laying down, encouraging Eddie to do stupid shit.
I'll just watch. I'll observe. I will snack on the Dino Nugget plate that Jeff Shade brought out.
Don't forget, Eddie, drinks on Ford.
Jeff pulls the mojito glass up. Cheers!
Sir, please, we're going. You need to either get dressed or leave the facility. I need you to do something about. Craig?
There's no need to get Craig involved. It's fine. It's fine.
Where's Abe? Just go. I'm gonna go look for.
That's a good question.
Where Abe is.
Looking around.
I'd just be sitting in the lobby reading a book.
Abe, are you at least
Eventually-
gonna read the book outside?
That'd be like a newspaper with like a coffee.
Are you at least gonna read outside? It's a
Uh,
vacation.
I could, but people might splash my book.
You don't have to sit at the pool's edge.
Oh,
I would still get the newspaper. I would still splash it.
Yeah.
I'd make it work.
Going
Yeah.
over to Abe, I think I spill my drink a little bit. if we're going there.
If you're going to wreck his newspaper, you're gonna wreck his newspaper.
I just throw my newspaper and then pull out my axe and chop the chair in half.
Whoa. Kid, I can get you another one.
Oh,
It's like 50 cents.
I haven't finished my coffee yet.
You-
Just like this bigger, broader gentleman is like making his way beeline towards the pool, passing you like, sir, I'm gonna have to deal with the nudist first, and then we're gonna discuss putting that on your room tab. Please put the axe away while on the hotel grounds.
It's on Ford's tab.
y'all ever seen Free Willy 4?
Nope. All right, and then like turns around, forcibly removes you from the pool hall, like just kind of shoves you into one of the locker rooms, like
Wait, it's an
Put
indoor.
on pants. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's even better. That we're like beach going at an indoor pool.
Yeah. You're in a small mountain town. You guys are just making it the beach vibes.
I thought it was lake vibes.
Oh man,
It's like
Come
a
out
fucking
after
La Schminta, because
yeah,
It's fair. It's fair.
come out with my like trunks back on, just kind of like give Craig a quick eyeball, threw me in the fucking locker room.
Eddie, how
So
many of those have you had?
how many what?
Anything that Ford has given you
I didn't give him anything.
that you know of?
I am stone cold sober, my friend. I just love vacations. It's a time to unwind, cut back, ignore all the world's monster problems, and just live a little.
You still have to wear clothes. Like that's still like a human.
That is, clothes are a societal construct. Okay?
Yes.
Humankind was born naked. We die naked. Why not the in between bits, you know?
Definitely seen a lot of people die fully clothed.
Yeah, but what happens after?
You put nicer clothes on in some
For
religions.
all the ones
and
that
then you
we
get
know
better.
at least, that they've been,
But
been
what
put in really nice
happens-
clothes.
After.
The body decomposes and the clothes are still there.
Can't have clothes on if there's no body anymore. Thus,
You're not
Naked.
naked either.
Anyway, what's on the docket for today?
Abe, you see after getting a lovely scolding from Craig, the hotel bouncer, I suppose, like looking down at your newspaper that you threw to the floor, kind of separated a little bit, you see on one of the inner pages, not front page news by any sense of the description, 10th day in a row, local animals gone missing. Officer Herrera finding mutilated animals outside of town. What could be happening in Eden Grove? Just kind of like a little opinion blurb.
I'll pick it up. Be like, well, this isn't good news, and I'll hand Eddie the newspaper article.
Dow dropped 4 points. Holy shit. That is bad news. I just
Oh,
started investing in stocks.
Other side.
Taylor Swift dated another One Direction kid. She should learn better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Drawing this
Just
down.
without a word, hands it to Jeff. Just keeps the newspaper cycling around.
Looking for a minute. We're on vacation. We promise. We're on and like I'll hand it over to Ford next. We're on vacation though. Do we really want to get involved in this like now?
Well, suppose I can make a call, see if there's any pre-existing knowledge, and then we could rest easy. It's nothing. It's just a little nowhere town. I'm sure it's just,
Oh, we're working.
let's go missing.
So you want to work.
One call is not work.
You never stop at one call, Ford.
Wait, what's going on? Why is Ford making a call?
I'm gonna pass the newspaper to Uruk.
Ford, we're on vacation. Holy shit, Taylor Swift's dating another One Direction kid.
That's I'm saying.
Eddie, why didn't
Hmm.
what? You read this and you didn't like scream it? And I'm
I
surprised.
I did do that
Yeah.
exact thing actually.
Yeah, I was definitely not paying attention to anything. I was over here trying to figure out how in the fuck are you all supposed to stop the end of days? Why am I assigned to help you? Whatever. All right. So what am I looking for? Oh.
Something about Officer Herrera there.
Wait, but think about it, Eddie. If he makes the call, this can now be an op. We can get a government operating budget, which means more things on Ford's tab.
Hold on. Look, I might work for the government, but that does not mean that my wallet and the funds that the government gives me are endless.
Listen, I pay my taxes. It's time that my taxes pay me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the government comes up with money all the time. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll come up with something.
It's what I built the country on. I mean, we built the country on.
Just, I like to think there's like a moment where we all look at Abe Dinkum.
And he just turns and
Beautiful
looks at
chin
him.
strap beard.
Listen,
I'm just sitting here like, just full well knowing as being like, yeah, that's normal.
you do realize that even if you were Abe Lincoln, he was not around at the founding of the country. That was like 100 years separation almost.
I think he was there.
I love you, Abe.
Yeah.
It's like taps my head. You got so many screws loose, my friend. So many.
Oh, I thought I left them in the van.
Look, it doesn't need to be an op. We just
All right, well then you're just paying for all this stuff out of pocket.
sure, yeah, that's how paid vacation works. You know,
I
paid
mean,
time
yeah,
off.
but I put your name down, so
Yeah. We're gonna need that money to go see Taylor's new concert after their inevitable breakup.
Can we
the new
stop
hit
talking
single
about
comes out.
Taylor?
but it's
Are you still bitter about the breakup, Ford?
You know that one of those boyfriends was a demon we had to exercise, okay? We can't talk about it. We cannot talk about it in public.
Yeah, we took care of it swiftly though.
I mean the only one that's gonna listen is probably Craig.
Let me call it in, put the name Herrera out there, and if it's nothing, it's nothing. We can rest easy. And if it is something, we put it in the hands of somebody else.
Uh-huh.
Craig is pointedly standing behind the bar with his AirPods in, blasting a Taylor Swift album. So yes.
Ford, I do not pass things off like that to other people. Very unsightly.
We're working. God.
You
Damn.
initiated the call, Ford. It's ours now.
Go ahead and make your call, Ford. Oh, man.
We could just ignore it. That's all I'm saying.
Nope. We told Gil. Now it's over. It's done.
Yeah, what if the next Taylor Swift's in this town and we're gonna kill their boyfriend and they're gonna get famous off these songs?
There you go. Then you can swoop in.
Look, the demon was like a huge part of the fame. Okay, we like that's deal with the devil shit. It's fine. Now I'm gonna go to the van.
And you gotta start small, right?
I'm assuming I have like some sort of ham radio I can call someone.
You have a cell phone, Ford.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking like this is the 50s. We don't have that, but it's not the 50s.
It's like you have
Um,
like your work cell, which you have like pointedly kept in the van because you're on vacation.
Yeah.
But you have your government issued cell phone that you can call Uwu.
I feel like it's that old thick gray flip phone.
Yeah, it's an old school Nokia.
yeah. I'll pull it out and I'll call Glenn at processing, see if he has any files on a Herrera and what was it again? Disappearance? What is
Animal
it?
disappearances and
Animal
mutilated
disappearances.
wildlife.
Mutilated wildlife, animal disappearances.
This is Glenn at Uwu. What can I do for? Oh, hey, Ford. How's it going?
It's going good, Glenn. Having a good Saturday.
Aren't you on vacation? Why are
I
you
am.
calling?
No, I am calling because at this fine town here we found something, bit of a newspaper clipping regarding missing pets, mutilated wildlife, and an Officer Herrera. I was wondering if we could dig anything up, just kind of put the team's mind at ease a little bit out here.
Are you playing pet detective now? Is that what's going on here? You downgrade yourself from Uwu to pet detective?
Look,
You know I'm doing the research already.
I know.
Roll plus sharp.
In the midst of all this, I briskly whisk off the suit that I was wearing and put it away and pull out one that looks exactly similar and put that one on.
Total of 9.
Total of 9.
What, Eddie? We're working now. That's the vacation suit.
So on a 7 to 9, things aren't so great. You might get chewed out by your superiors and there'll be fallout, but you get what you need for the job. All right, I'm gonna have to let the bosses know that you're working on PTO,
Glenn.
and they're gonna, I know they're gonna chew me out if I don't, or they're gonna chew you out if I do. And
Oh, Glenn, definitely don't point out that all 5 of us are on Ford's PTO right
Eddie,
you're
Eddie,
just shouting into the van.
now. Yeah.
Eddie, shut up.
Oh,
I
is
don't know
he
you're
talking-
here.
Is he
And-
talking to Glenn?
Oh,
Yeah.
and multiplying the PTO. All right, I'm making
Hey,
another note in Ford's
Glenn.
file.
Glenn, why aren't you here? Ford was supposed to tell you to come. He has not shut up about you since we got here.
Oh, you dog, you know, we can't talk this on company time. All right. So I did a
I-
little bit of digging for you. And turns out Officer Herrera is not necessarily our unit, not PD. He's an animal control officer working in the local humane society animal control facility y'all got out there. But on the other hand of things, the police have been notified about them like wildlife killings that are happening. It's a mix of what looks like animal and a mix of what looks like non-animal or something akin to humanoid somewhere, like knife slashes. Unless you know of any bears or moose that can in fact hold a knife.
Hey,
I
Glenn.
got a broad once that fits all those descriptors.
There are tales of many mythological creatures that my family has slain across the years that have all looked like
Oh,
various animals.
I'm just on speakerphone now, aren't I?
I didn't mean to. Eddie took the phone out of my hand.
Yes, I did.
None of the rest of you are on
listen,
salary here.
what?
No, but when
They're
he
not.
only talks about you on vacation, we have to get to know you.
As far as things I've heard about in the field, let's just say what happens in the field stays in the field.
All right.
Um,
Well, I'm working. Like I'm still working. So I'm gonna go do that. Have luck with your pet detective agency, everyone. Try to do some vacation on your vacationing, okay?
Thank you very much, Glenn. Have a good Saturday.
Yep, and be prepared for an email coming from the higher ups here shortly. I just sent that report in for you.
God, thank you.
Ta-ta! And like
I'll
hangs
hang
up.
up.
I'll hang up the phone. I'm gonna
God,
go.
that Glenn. Huh?
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
can't
go put.
believe you didn't invite her, Ford.
I'm gonna go put pants on.
Yeah, you walked out in a speedo and a button up.
Yep. I'm gonna go put pants on. I'm gonna get fully suited for everything.
I'll get the van ready. Oh, fuck.
It's
I'm
not
supposed to
ready.
be having a good vacation.
Oh, come on, Eddie. This is gonna be the more fun than sitting around doing really nothing.
Nothing about these things are fun for me. You know that, right?
Why is it not fun?
Because I am not good at this. You
you're-
all have special skills and trainings that makes you good at this. I am bait. I am the one that gets the monsters to the people that can do something about it.
Look,
You can only
Eddie.
be bait for so long before you start to get tired of it.
Eddie, you say this. Boy's gonna get super calm. Eddie, you say this, and yet you are still needed
Yeah.
at the end of days. I am
Oh, I
here
know I'm
to
necessary.
get all of you there, and it doesn't mean you're gonna be bait during that time.
I cannot enjoy it. You don't have to enjoy the journey, you know?
I mean, you
Uh,
have to enjoy
Soothe
something.
is being used on you.
I'm fully fucking aware. This is calm. You should see me when I'm upset.
You know, Eddie, what if I'm the bait this time?
Done.
There we go.
Oh. What's Eddie gonna do? then?
That doesn't work.
Wow! Holy shit! Abe's
What?
got singers. Okay, I'm gonna drive and cry while I do it. He just gets in the front seat and like shuts the little like shutter over the window.
Really, Abe,
I was just
Hey.
curious.
Eddie, you got uses. Come on.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I'm listening to Celine Dion.
we're still cool, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
I volunteered as
fuck.
bait and shook your hand.
I mean, who else is gonna clean the van and all of my guns?
Don't you do that because you say he sucks at it?
Just
The
the
guns,
volume
yes,
continuously
not the
going,
van.
I'm leaving. Fuck all of you. Jeff, you're fine. And just like starts pulling out.
I'm hanging on.
I'm just in the back seat.
I guess I'll call a taxi. I'll tell taxi and ask for a taxi service to wherever we're going.
Where are you going?
I'm still standing there at the hotel waiting for Ford to come back. I'll down my drink, throw the glass on the ground,
Craig behind the bar. Come on.
go up, order another drink, specifically a shot of Disaroto. I think that's a very like young adult drink, like shot to order.
Serona on the rocks, yeah.
No, not just a shot of it. Not
Do
like
you-
an actual like order of it.
I'm like, okay. And like pours you
Yeah.
the shot.
Jeff, do you tell all bartenders you order from that you think your drink is a very young adult order?
Yes, I do.
Oh, just kind of looks Jeff
Right.
up and down.
So
It makes
are we
sense.
going? Are we going? I mean, they're gone, but like, are we gonna actually get this done?
I mean, yeah, Animal Control Center is where I guess we should
Sounds
start. Let me call a taxi. Pull up my phone.
I'll text Eddie and Uruk. Make sure to tell them to go to the right place.
Yeah. You know
I
I
am
struggle with
knocking
phones.
on the passenger door. Eddie, are you gonna slow down so I can open the door and get in?
Oh.
Eddie, I don't really want to cut the door open with a
Oh,
flaming
look, we got a
sword.
destination, and just fucking whips a hard left.
Uruk, roll act under pressure for me.
Cool. +1 to cool. Okay. Yeah, I fail as epically possible.
Hell yeah. Mark experience.
That is a 3.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Uruk, you go ready to like pull out your flaming sword to cut the door open as Eddie makes this hard right. And just as you're kind of shifting your attention and focus, you lose grip of the door and just go flying backwards, tumbling into the road. And you will take 1 harm, and your suit is all sorts of scuffed up.
So, if I have divine armor 1, does that mean it's
Yep.
nothing?
Basically,
now?
if unless I say the words ignore armor, subtract your armor. I'm not doing that math for y'all.
So I don't take any damage. My suit's just really fucked up.
Yep, your suit is like shredded road rash, like shitty gravel road torn up. And
Guess it's
the
back to
van
the
making that
vacation.
hard turn is coming right at you. Like did a full Yui where you got whipped off.
Can I like open the side door of the van and try to reach an arm out and grab him?
As you do, just stop, just like next to him.
Like,
I
oh,
quickly whisk the chute off and grab the vacation suit again. Fucking shit, Eddie. If I die, you are the bait. Why would you do that?
sure, you would be the bait again.
God, you're so lucky. This is divine armor. God, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. And I just go get in the back.
Are you done? Good. Shuts the door, turns back on Celine Dion, and goes to the Humane Society.
Punch the wall really hard.
Some books fall off of like the various built-in bookshelves that are set up there. So Ford and Jeff, y'all call a taxi?
Yeah, on my card. At this point, it's my personal card because I don't want to charge the company anymore.
Valid. Because you have transportation.
While
Oh.
we're driving around in the van, it being
Oh, I
my
thought-
haven.
I thought
Oh,
we
sorry.
agreed that it was all one van because that
Oh
was
yeah, no,
funny.
that's why. It's like you're not
Yeah.
charging it on the company's card. You already have transportation. They're not gonna pay
Exactly.
for it.
Yep.
While you're in the van, what, Coda?
Oh, can I use my lore library thing to like
Yeah.
look up stuff about the area and figure out like what this could possibly be?
So basically it allows you to get a +1 on the investigative mystery roll. So
Oh.
roll plus sharp and then add +1 for your lore library. And then you get asked some of the questions associated with investigative mystery.
So it's a 10.
You get to hold 2 and ask 2 of the questions on the following list. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
I guess what kind of creature is it and what can hurt it?
So this is a little difficult. You have animal attacks and disappearances in a small town that doesn't have a wild amount of information really on it.
Small mountain
There's-
town though.
It's true. It's a slide rock bolter. It comes down and eats you. Yeah, you do a little bit of research. There's a lot of things that could cause animal attacks. anything ranging from the mundane to the supernatural to anything in between. Disappearances are a little different. There are weird theories every which way of those sort of things. Alien abduction, mundane experiences like theft or running away. But digging back more, you find somewhere in these tomes a brief history of the paranormal in like various small towns. Flipping through, you do actually find one listed for Eden Grove. It is a quote unquote historical account, definitely steeped in a lot of layers of my sister's mother's cousin told me once that sort of things. Many, many, many years ago in the town's founding, the elders and mayors of this community had made a deal with a being for prosperity, for wealth, for success, for survival, a being that likes to live deep in the woods. And then hundreds of years passed and information about them ceased. You assume that this might be an angered creature whose its end of the bargain was not held up. Does that give you personally any thoughts or theories about what it may be? Or I guess also Uruk is sitting in the back of the car with you. I asked the least cryptid savvy a cryptid question or a paranormal question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. I was trying to make it a conversation, Coda, but okay.
I didn't have
No, you're
anything.
good. You're good. I do not blame you. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm like shit. I don't know. A double fucking.
A creature who makes deals and gets mad when those deals are broken. Kind of flipping through, digging through some additional things. You pull out some of your monster tomes, and a creature type that jumps out to you first and foremost is the Fae, ancient fairy creatures who are known to hold a grudge. And traditionally, the things that harm Fae, appeasing them, getting on their good side, is a way to handle them, not necessarily harm them. They don't like wards. They don't like iron. They like to feel like they came out on top.
Okay. I'll just like holding the book, look over at Uruk, and be like, look at this.
What you got, Abe?
Well, I was looking up lore and history of this area, and it talked about how they made a deal with a creature for prosperity and stuff like that, and now it's killing stuff, so could be a fairy.
Eddie?
All by myself.
Yeah, you're the bait again. Yeah, no, it's a fairy. They like making deals with people weaker than them. They don't like
Fairy
the
or
divine.
Fae?
He's not sure.
Same thing.
Either
Right?
way,
No, you fucking ignoramus.
What you talking about?
we're just gonna go with he's not sure yet.
No.
All right. Either way, they don't like people like me.
Yeah.
At all.
The fairies love you.
They would also like Abe.
Yeah.
But Abe likes to read books, and
Wait,
you
they like me?
don't. So you're bait.
No, it's fine. I get it. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna call Jeff and Ford and make sure they know what's up.
I tried Eddie. If it anything other than the thing that literally hates people like me, I'd be the bait.
No,
I
it's
didn't know
fine.
you didn't like it that much.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll be the bait. I know my place. Ring, 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 ring.
You guys are like next to each other on the road at this
Yeah.
point.
like,
Just
like in
Like
the, in
just
the
wide
parking lot.
cut, just the front of the van and seeing Ford next to the taxi driver in the back seat.
Already parked in the parking lot of the Humane Society. I'll just turn to my left. What's up, Eddie?
Just roll down the window. The Bluetooth, way better in the van, and roll it back up.
When did you install Bluetooth?
So we got where it's either Fae or fairies. That's what Abe's narrowed it down to. Oh, put me on speaker so Jeff can hear.
Yeah, you're on speaker. Hey, driver, just you didn't hear any of this, or I'll have to put something in your water. I'll put it on
Just
speaker.
threaten me,
I'm tipping you.
Fair enough.
Edit through the phone. We'll just be like, hey, trust me, that dude, just ignore it and move on.
man. Yeah, he's
Roll
quite
through.
forgettable.
Yeah, get on out of here.
And just like pulls out his phone and is just like scrolling TikTok.
I'll put it on speakerphone. I'm not too well versed in dealing with fae or fairies, but dealt with a few wood spirits in my time. Jeff, you got anything?
Yeah, I'll get the net And I'll get up and phase through the taxi and phase into the van and start rummaging through the supplies looking for nets.
Dude's browsing TikTok. He's not paying attention.
Oh. Never get used to that.
Ford,
Yeah.
get out of the taxi. He needs to leave.
Oh,
Jeff's working.
I'm gonna tip him a lot. I'm gonna tip him a hefty amount, and then wish him a good day.
Good luck at the animal shelter. It's just like goes back or goes off somewhere.
Bye.
You heard nothing.
Yeah, so I'm not going inside.
Check it out real quick.
Of
Y'all
the
get ready.
animal shelter?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go in. Don't worry about it. You stay out here. Get ready.
No, no, you don't. You don't
Just
go in
walks-
alone.
Just walks inside.
I'm
March.
going. I'm going with. I'm going
No,
with him.
fuck off. I have one job.
No, hey,
It's
listen,
fine.
Eddie, this
listen.
isn't the time to be debate. We need information.
Listen,
Just
I
if this
get
is the
stronger by doing this, so shut the fuck up and stay out here.
Okay, listen, listen. we gotta know what we're bringing up, Eddie. All right, how we're talking to this. So I'd like a game plan with you. What are you gonna
Sure.
say?
I'm going to use my charm to get the information to bring back to you.
he does have a lot of
Questions.
charm. He does
you-
have a lot of good charm.
Are you just gonna wing it, or
I work better under pressure when I wing it.
Have you literally seen him do anything else? The man was
I-
naked holding a mojito over
And I'm not in
himself
jail.
at an
That-
indoor pool at 10 a.m.
not? You make me so nervous, Eddie. Go ahead. If I
Okay,
have
bye.
if I have to sew back on any fingers after today, you're done.
Well, I'll be gone.
You don't get any van privileges.
It's
It's-
my fucking van.
Mine too.
No, it's not. You're borrowing it.
I didn't happen to get like a family name or anything when I was looking through that would have like made the deal or anything like that.
Not really, because a lot of the records are a little messy. You can kind of scroll back, flip back through a few tomes, do some research online as well with a lot of the genealogy websites and stuff like that, and find some of the old family names. But from kind of what you found, it wasn't a singular person. It was kind of the town making a deal
Okay.
for respect or what have you. So yeah, Eddie goes inside of the animal shelter, and the rest of you are sitting here out in the van. What are you doing?
Oh no, I'm walking around the building.
Are you looking for anything particular, or
I am just trying to get a sense of if a deal was made, is an area near here involved?
yeah, walking around, this is relatively on the outskirts of town. It's not like in the city center,
Nope.
or
it's a good
anything along
place
those
for a deal
lines.
to be made. Not a lot of attention.
And you kind of see woods maybe a few hundred feet away from you, but walking around, it seems like a pretty standard animal shelter. I don't know how much Uruk has looked at animal shelters in his time, but it's just a large facility with some running space out back. You see a variety of animals, various different dog breeds, some chickens, a mini horse, just kind of doing what they do out in the outdoor cages. It seems like a relatively unassuming facility. It's newer. It's not obviously 1800s ancient historical building. Most of those old towns or those old buildings are more towards the center of town in the historical district. This is a newer addition.
Can I search online the mayors, like past mayors and current mayors, see if they all have the same family name?
Sure. Yeah, kind of digging through. It's been a wide variety. There's a few family names that kind of pop up. There's like the Hopkins family. There's the Martinez family, but it's one or two here and there, seeming to be more akin to my dad was a mayor 20 years ago, so I learned about politics and I wanted to try sort of thing, more than this town is passed down through the Joneses for generations.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was hoping for that. I could be like, yeah, they would know.
Hey, what about organizations, charitable churches, anything that's a little more hereditary? Maybe that'll give us a lead.
Oh, let me check. Any of that?
There's not like a major specific religious presence here, but this is a historical community based off of fittingly enough, the Miller's Logging Company. And there
Okay.
are museums dedicated with some of the old equipment, some of the history of the Miller's family and their logging and milling company.
Like, well, there's this Miller's Logging Company. This whole place was kind of based around. We could maybe get in contact with one of them.
Not a bad idea. I doubt they. I don't know. Some of these small towns, the rich folks tend to stay around their places of business, so maybe they still got offices there.
Couldn't hurt to check. There's also a museum with a bunch of articles and stuff about the Miller lumber.
Museum's going to be information they want people to know, right? Maybe we go to the source.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that while Eddie's in here?
We are not taking Eddie's van while Eddie's inside.
Well, he's already taken Eddie's van once. I mean,
I pay for half of it. I'm just saying.
yeah. He tried to hit you with this van, right? So, I mean,
Yep, that is how we met. Yep.
yeah. No.
Maybe don't jump in front of a moving van with your badge out.
I had to. I thought there was a Wendigo in the back. That's
So
I
it was
ha-
just a
I had
window
to.
van.
Instead, it was just an idiot drunk driving.
You thought it was a Wendigo?
There was reasonable cause for me to suspect that there was a Wendigo at that mixer. Uruk.
You
Come
ever
on.
thought it was just a bunch of drunk frat kids?
No, well, we know it was at least 2 drunk frat kids. Now, we know this. It's in the report.
Wait, who's the second one?
That's how we like to keep it.
Okay.
Eddie's college ex.
Yeah.
So Jeff, you're gathering nets and stuff. Are you gathering like fairy hunting supplies?
So I'm getting a net, I'm getting walkie-talkies, and then I'm being very sad because everyone walked away already, and why do we have walkie-talkies if we don't use them? And then I'm using the Mojito-tron 3000 to make another mojito.
I'd kind of just wave at Jeff
Perfect.
from outside the van. We're still here. Like I walked around the building and came back.
Allie, I'm gonna need you to roll plus weird for me to determine if the Mojito-tron 3000 is a thing that can exist.
13, 10 on the
It-
dice, and then
It certainly exists. And you pump yourself another mojito. I think of it like a Slurpee machine.
I like to think Jeff just manifested a Mojito-tron 3000. Go ahead,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
That's the second one that was drunk.
Yeah, that's how Jeff became a ghost. What are you? Look at Jeff.
So you just assumed what he was. Okay.
I'm sorry. I paid to know sort of thing, you know.
Well, obviously you don't get paid enough.
I don't. I've been slashed at, hexed, charmed,
Oh,
And
this one does seem too bad.
ectoplasmed enough. You'd think they'd give me a raise, but you know,
gotta do that every day.
that's what I'm saying.
Growing up, like that was the whole point of our existence.
Anyway, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go into the glove compartment and pull a little secret drawer out and take out like a little like iron, like very much government issued like iron like pendants, like some like this is what you use in case you are threatened in this specific situation. And it's definitely like just duct tape underneath.
Yeah, it's just like a
Like,
medallion. Like
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, if our rolls are in the drawer, leave them in there.
Yeah, it's definitely, it like has stamped on it. It says for government use only in fairy emergency, and I put it around my neck. Then I close the glove compartment.
So Eddie, you make your way inside. There is a relatively frazzled young woman sitting at the desk, curly dark hair up into little puffs. She looks up. It's like, I'm sorry, you're not from around here.
What gave it away?
I've been in this town all my life and you're a face I've never seen before.
Well, hopefully that's not a problem.
Depends on what you're here to ask.
Questions that are likely to unnerve you in some capacity. We've
All
been
right.
hearing about some animal attacks that have been going on.
Yes, everything that is currently disclosed to the press is what Officer Herrera is able to pass forward at this point
Listen,
in
I
time.
fully understand that. But
I hate to interrupt. I'm so sorry. Can I be in the passenger seat of the van trying to lip read this conversation with binoculars?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You only see her side of things.
Cool. I'll take that.
what
And
was your
it's
name?
mixed up. My name is Jane. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Jane. Hey, Eddie. Pleasure. Jane, I think we both know that if I just wanted to know what the press knows, I wouldn't be asking about what you know, you know?
I mean, I guess, but it's not all really that cut and dry and simple to be processed through. And
Red flag, yellow, yellow tape, red flags, the whole nine. I understand. Also, it probably seems like something really creepy and can't really be explained. And so they want to come up with a better answer before they start releasing it to the public.
well, yes and no. Honestly, with the animal attacks, they're more or less what was said, but it is kind of weird that it's part animal, part not. And then there's everything that's going on with the adoptables right now.
What's going on with the adoptables?
Who said something about the adoptables?
Oh, you did, Jane, just now, actually. Yeah.
That's
Well, now you have to tell me.
roll manipulate someone.
Or is he hitting on her?
It is 8 + 2, 10.
Alrighty.
Hard to tell, Gilgamesh. Hard to tell.
Has he leaned in real close yet?
Yes, he has.
This
might
is
be a code
Alex's
red.
go-to for any time I hand him an NPC. It's like I'm a flirt with him.
Yeah.
Rook, this might be a code red. Be ready with the button.
No, I trust him. He's got the looks. He'll be fine.
All right. I pull a cat spray bottle out in the glove compartment.
That just is anti-Eddie spray
An anti-Eddie spray.
or horny bonk.
Horny be gone.
I may or may not look something like Freddie Prinze Jr. So, I'm pretty fucking good looking. If you disagree with that, get the fuck out of our audience.
We'll see if she feels the same way.
Okay, if I tell you, you don't know. You don't know anything. You haven't heard anything. You've never been in this animal shelter.
I don't even know who you are, Jane. Never heard of you.
Yes, of course. The adoptables have been acting weird at night the last few weeks. Sometime around 2 a.m., they all kind of just start losing it and trying to get out of their cages. We've had a couple of the hardier dogs kind of make their way out. That mini horse is real fighty and it's trying its best. But obviously, we use bigger latches on those doors because horses, man, they're finicky. Had a couple of dogs get loose back in the adoption room, but thankfully nobody got out. I just don't know what drove them all to want to do that so much.
Okay. And for the animal attacks, you had mentioned also that they were part animal, part not animal. I just felt like that was something that should be circled back to.
No,
Absolutely.
yeah, Daniel isn't quite sure exactly what's going on with that. He's also kind of been interfacing with the local sheriff, John Dean, going through Officer Dean respect or something to try and see if it's something occult, like some weirdos moving in and doing sacrifices or something. It's just not, we're used to seeing like wolves and bears and things like that, but we're not used to seeing wolves and bears and knife cuts, you know?
She looked
Gotcha.
freaked out now.
I heard that I saw the name Daniel pass her lips. I think she has a boyfriend, so we can go back to Code Green.
Wait, does she look uninterested or slightly upset?
Interest? I don't know. Can't tell. Verdict's out.
Of course you wouldn't know. You've never had a girlfriend. Give me those.
I am binoculars over.
Just
What kind of a face did she give it?
Oh, that was a
I got-
question for me. I thought you were still talking to Kimber. She's seems to be enthralled. Eddie has a charm about him. She's trying to remain professional.
I had him
So
back. Oh
very
yeah,
like customer service energy.
He's got what he wants.
Cool. Let me do my job, please. I just put the binoculars back up.
You're just watching some fucking teenagers. You get paid for that?
So, last question, Jane. Thank you for your help. Of course, thank you so much.
Mhm.
Is officer or ranger? It's Ranger Herrera, right? Not officer. It's
Well,
Ranger Herrera.
His official title is like animal control officer, so that's why he's kind of referred to as officer. It's just Daniel. It's
Daniel, gotcha.
yeah.
Is he around?
I think right now he's down at the sheriff's office, police station, whatever. We've grown and shrank enough times that it's changed labels. Because River is turning up a stink with Officer Dean, so hoping Daniel could kind of help calm him down or calm them down some and go from there.
Well, that's a lot of very good information for us to have.
None of which you absolutely heard from anyone, let alone me.
Never. I've never
Because-
met you before.
This is
But
my fifth job,
hypothetically-
and I don't want to lose it.
I would never ever put you in a compromising position like that. But I would say, hypothetically, if I were to meet someone like you, not here at this point, let's say in a couple days, 2, 3, we grab some coffee. You think on that. I'll check back with you when I check later on and we meet for the first time. Okay?
Yes, absolutely, entirely under wraps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Code
exactly.
Code red. Code red.
Exactly. It just like casually slides like business card over.
Business card.
Yeah. It just says entrepreneur and
He's
has my
pulled
name
out
and phone
the
number on it.
Business card.
And I just look over. I told you the look she had. He's got what he wanted. I don't know why you
oh.
kept watching.
One last thing. As far as people are concerned, who all is here at that midnight or so mark where all these animals keep acting up?
Like here or town here?
Like here, where like the adoptables are.
Oh, well, we lock everything down every night. We don't really have overnight staff. We have some security who kind of process through because who's not going to want to steal a cute little pit bull? I mean, we not really had any issues with break-ins, but like it's always a possibility. So we just have, the normal officers make their loop every now and again. But yeah, we lock up for the night and head home.
And if someone was to want to find a key to be able to look into those adoptables a little further.
You're going to have to roll manipulate someone
Yeah.
again for this one.
Yeah. 13.
Jesus Christ, high charm. Well, hypothetically, if someone wanted to check in on the adoptables after hours, we do have a maintenance key stashed out back in the dog run, but just be mindful to come by avoiding the half hour because that's usually when folks make their rotation out this way.
Good to know. See, I need something to bring back as an excuse to come and, actually meet you for the first time. So,
I
know.
understand that.
yeah.
You already gave
Well-
me your business card, entrepreneur Eddie King.
It's an old business card. If I told you what I actually did, you'd never believe me. So, entrepreneur is easiest.
All
Thank you,
right.
Jane. Turns and just walks out, just like full, like shoulders rocking, do the whole like moving out.
I roll down the
Okay.
I roll down the window and I spray him in the face with the spray bottle.
Whoa!
Yo, Fort. Fuck.
What?
No, he's
Just
right.
because you.
He's right. No, he's right.
No,
It's
no,
fair. He's
no.
right.
It's not your fault that he fell down a couple of trees on his way out the womb. It's because you don't look that good and he got the
Listen,
charm. You don't gotta
Ford-
hate on him for it.
Ford,
I look great for my 50 years of age. Thank you very much.
Ford,
Rogan.
you are a very traditionally handsome man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I will
welcome.
take your slights on the chin. Where are we going? And I turn.
So here's the crazy part. I'm assuming everybody's kind of like gathered. Here's the rundown. Okay,
Jeff's like
Quick
3
and easy
mojitos
peasy.
in.
Jeff, I'm upset there isn't one ready for me.
No, there is, and I'll pull out the one that's ready for you.
Oh
Like-
hell yeah, Jeff! Let's go.
It's a
Up top.
mojito machine in the
Boom.
van. Why would it not be?
So, animal attacks mixed with human attacks. They found actual like knife wounds on some of the bodies of the animal attacks mixed with the animal like parts. So we're talking teeth, claws, knives, right? Apparently, the adoptable animals in the back, they're kept like inside locked up, right? They're trying to break out and get out at the same time every night. So I ascertained where they keep their spare key so that we can come back tonight before midnight and watch what happens and see if there's any signs around here as to what's going on.
I will let
also
you
know-
know. She did not say midnight. She said overnight.
Oh, well, fair
2
enough.
a.m.
At night. We'll come back at night after closing.
Yeah.
Oh, did I actually say 2 a.m.? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what I wanted to say, but I was like, I think I said
Oh.
overnight.
There you
No,
go.
you said 2 a.m. Yep.
Also found out that the local police rotate through about every half hour. So we want to come on the hour, not on the half hour. That's when the police come through. Additionally, there is an officer Dean who is getting ridden pretty hard by the city execs or something. I stopped paying attention after it was about politics. I don't deal well with the politics talk. But that's where our animal control officer Herrera or Daniel is right now, is trying to calm down this officer Dean. So if we want to talk to them, that's a two birds, one stone type dish.
Was Daniel her boyfriend?
No?
I was looking. He's like, he just said all he made out was the word Daniel, and it must be her boyfriend. I didn't believe it.
Well, if he was, he ain't anymore.
You gave her the business card, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Do we also think it's worth checking out the logging company?
What?
We thought that, old families that have been around for a while, making pacts with Fey folk, some of the older, richer folk might be
Oh, sure. We can go talk to the old people. Yeah.
good
sure.
bet.
I think we should take the van, and me and Eddie will go to O'Hara and the other guy, and you guys can go look at the lumber thing.
You mean Herrera?
We'll
So
just
you
call it
want
Daniel.
us? We take the cops. They take everybody else.
Do you really want Ford talking to another cop?
Maybe.
I look, my organization has got some official pull. If I do
Ford
say
just
so
sprayed
myself.
you in the face with "Stop being horny" spray,
And that was valid.
and you want that talking to a cop.
That's just cop behavior.
Flashing the badge does a lot, Uruk.
Listen, why don't we just play some swapsies, right? Jeff can keep those two straight laces on the level, keep them partying, keeping it vacation, keeping it light. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
Jeff, do you have the walkie-talkies? I know you like getting those ready.
I do like getting the walkie-talkies ready, thank you. And I like also hitting up the
Well-
walkie-talkies, everybody.
If we use them throughout the day, will they be dead before night?
It's okay, we have the second set. And I'll motion to the second set and the charges.
I walk throughout the van, and in various places hidden, I have similar like iron, like government issue iron medallions, like duct taped in weird places, like under the seat. And I hand one to each of you just cause
Is that some fairy protection?
it's government issue. I have to give them
No,
to you. If
listen,
you look,
Ford, I'm the bait. They can't be afraid to come after me. They need to be able to come after me.
look, if you don't accept it, I didn't see you not accept it. That's all I. That's
Oh,
all
hey, thank you, Ford. What a great gift. Appreciate it. It's very nice.
Pick it up and put it back underneath the seat.
You guys are gonna lose me my job.
Kind of looks down
All
at
this
my
time,
suit
you've gotten a
covered in-
series of like 5 emails from various levels of your higher ups. Just attention, urgent disciplinary meeting Monday.
So
Kinda
I'm gonna
like-
go talk to the cops. Is that what we decided?
You, Abe, and Jeff are on cop duty.
Actually, can you and pause for a minute while I make another mojito? Can you drop me off at City Hall? I'm gonna check out like oldie records of when the town was founded. I mean, small town. There can't be too much records there, right?
Hell yeah, Jeff. Good thinking. Good thinking.
And pull out a phone. Just stay on your phones.
Does this
Yeah.
mean I have to babysit them now?
Yeah, no, it's okay though. I just made a fresh batch of mojitos, so like y'all are good.
Oh, I'm gonna need one.
Okay, new plan. Jeff's on blueprint duty. Eddie's on old people duty. And the three of you are on cop duty.
Wait, why are we leaving the bait by himself?
It's what I do, baby.
Yeah, but if you're by yourself, there's no trap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't worry.
I
I'll
don't
check it
like
out.
this. Maybe we do one of these all together.
Okay, taking the van. Have fun.
Oh, you
Well,
bastard.
Abe would go with Eddie. Abe did the research on the old people. He at least would have something as a conversation starter.
Abe, what are you feeling? You want to go to the old people? Or you want to go to the cops?
I guess I'll go with the old people. I don't really get along with cops. They always talk about the laws, and I pull out a book of the amendments. I didn't write these for no reason. Put them back.
I forgot you were doing an Abe Lincoln cosplay 1000%. And I was like, what the fuck?
You didn't do that.
Ugh, how
You
old,
did
about?
one.
how
No,
old does
we
Abel
edited
look?
That is why he is needed for the end of days, right there.
Yeah.
Commitment to the bit.
Only laws I need.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ford. I like snag a mojito. Thanks, Jeff. And I drink it really fast while hiding it from Ford. I only denied it when it was from Ford.
You listen, kid. You don't need to hide that from me. And I pull a flask out of my coat pocket.
Oh,
Sip it.
fuck are you calling a kid?
I call everyone kid. And I put it back in my coat. I call another taxi because Eddie took the van.
It's my van.
No, see, Jeff, we're all gonna get drunk so we pass out and go to sleep during the day, so we're awake at 2 a.m.
There's a lot of day left.
This all started at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you're approaching like noon.
I'm going to the sheriff's office with
That was probably a bad
Brooks.
idea to down another drink before we go talk to some cops.
Mayhaps. So you call another taxi. It is the same guy. Just like
Are you the only cab driver in this town?
it's like noon on a Thursday. It's not that busy.
Stop.
Sheriff's office, please.
Animal shell. All right. Okay. Sure.
I like to think he didn't go anywhere. He just went around the corner and came back.
Yeah, like went to town center, which is like 3 blocks that way. Like this is a very walkable community, and you guys are calling taxis.
I
I'm
didn't know
gonna
that.
walk. I'm gonna walk.
Small
walk.
mountain tourist town.
All right. Thank you for your service. And I tip him again and I walk. Yep.
So we're gonna start with Jeff, who gets dropped off at City Hall, and the van tears away to like the mining museum, nary a few blocks down the street. This is the historic district, so a lot of these buildings are very old, 1800s in design. Definitely not still in construction. It's definitely been made and remade, but it is historic looking. And you go into this city hall office where there is a young gentleman kind of manning the reception desk. Just, hello, can I help you?
So, hi, Jeff Shade, Ghost Boy Detective. I'm here in an investigation, and I'll just drink first to my mojito. I'm gonna throw the glass down.
That's okay. These are original floors.
It's a ghostly glass, right? So it makes the shadow sound and everything, but it just like evaporates into nothing.
Okay, magician. All right.
That means he can still spook people because they think something broke, but there's nothing there.
Like, watch this happen. I was like, oh, those are okay. Like, does not like went to lean over the desk, sees no glass.
So I'm looking for. I'm hoping you can help me out. I'm looking for like any kind of like agreements made in the first few years of the town's like conception, I guess. I hear that like some logging company is very prevalent here. So like anything that pertains to them, like any agreements or like deals or what have you.
Yeah, we do have a historical library associated right over there. Just kind of points to like the third door on this. It's a relatively large square room with doors kind of going off to the side. The middle door over there is our historical library. You're going to need these. Hands you a pair of like cloth gloves. It's like, be mindful. There are librarians within that facility who will be able to help you check out anything. A lot of those records are relatively old. So if you're needing any originals, you'll need those gloves. A lot of them have been scanned too. So just feel free to go chat with them and they'll tell you a little bit more.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then also blueprints of current official buildings, maybe specifically the Animal Humane Society.
I'm going to push back on that one a little bit because though it's generally a concern if someone is just asking for blueprints of a building in town. You're welcome to roll manipulate someone if you are going to press further for these documents.
Okay, yeah.
Plus charm.
Plus charm. Okay, -1, so 7.
7. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So normally we don't hand out just current building blueprints. It's a safety risk or anything along those lines. But if you were some sort of public official or someone wanting to maybe work on some renovations with the shelter owners, we could probably get you some of that information pretty easily.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not like an official, but one of my associates is. So I'll be back a little bit later to ask for that if you really need it. Thank you so much for your help.
Of course, please enjoy our lovely historic library.
And I'll walk over and just walk through the door.
Oh, Lenny, you've had a long morning already. I think I need lunch. And yeah, you go over into this library. It's not like a library in the traditional sense. It is probably a 10-foot by 10-foot room with a pair of computers kind of sitting in the middle, one occupied by an older gentleman who is scanning some documents and lined with some old books and new copies of old books. Entering this room, though, you're overwhelmed with the smell of aged manuscripts. These books have history, and that history has energy. So I'm going to have you roll Act Under Pressure for me to resist the feed.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay, also -1.
There it goes.
Ooh, okay, cool. Max on the dice, so 11.
Awesome. You kind of feel your mouth watering a little bit at this like buzzing energy all around you, but you kind of like take the moment, feel the mojito in your stomach, just like, okay, you can kind of keep your cool at the moment.
God, I need another mojito. Should have brought one with me.
It
Excuse
is-
me.
It is at this moment that Jeff feels in his pocket there is a thermos that just has a note that says always watch out for like always support the homies, with a note that says Eddie.
Take it out. You just see a single tear. Like, such a great team.
Jeff texts us a picture.
Yeah, I'll
like
text
it's
everyone
got
a
like
picture.
87 like filters on it. You put like cat ear stickers on the filter. It's like looking out for the homies.
And it's for whatever reason, Eddie thinks he's only around for bait.
Kid's all right. He is good bait.
Rude. You were the
What?
bait this time.
I look.
Leave the lead at home.
I fix him up after every time. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't mean it's great. He's a kid. And you're kind of stealing the van. Not a kid, but like younger than you. He says he calls everyone's kids. So let's shake your head at me.
What else is happening in this library?
Yeah, Jeff, you
Yeah,
go,
sorry.
excuse me. And the older gentleman kind of turns like, oh, a historic tourist. Don't get much of you in here often.
Yeah, hi. Jeff Shade, Ghost Boy Detective. I'm here on investigation. I'm looking for some information. Oh, I forgot his name at the front, but he told me to come back here. This is the room I'm looking for. I'm looking for like various deals and agreements concerning the lumber mill and the origin of the town, and I was wondering if you could help me with any of that.
The Miller family and the town founding. Yes, yes, here, take a seat. Just kind of like ushers you over to a small like table. Okay, just a few of these, and like takes a few quick laps around the room and sets like a stack of 6 thick books in front of you. So that one is some of the modern retelling of the historic founding of the town. That is the Miller's perspective of things associated with the town deals and how they got founding this logging community originally. These ones are about the transition into the past, into the future from the past, associated with how we shifted perspectives and no longer needed to be a large logging community. That is some urban folklore. How did the urban folklore document get here? Let me grab that one, as if we don't need
Oh,
that.
you can keep that one in there. It's okay. And then what was this one? And I'll point to the next one in the set.
Oh, and just continues like these are dense historical texts. Just going through of like, yep, here is every collection of all the contracts that were signed for all of the buildings and the land and the properties and how we bought it for like modern day like $20 and like 4 blankets. It's terrible history of colonization. It's how it just like continues going through that list. Just gently taps it.
Excellent.
Well, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be over there scanning more of these texts.
Thank you so much. I'll put the cloth gloves on. Oh, sorry. Before that, I'll text the group chat. Hey, I have these books, and I'll kind of give like a brief title of each book. Let me know when you all know anything about where I should be looking. Until then, I'm going to start with the urban legends thing and then go right into the very first deal of like how the town was bought and then just kind of go from there. I'm assuming that just looking into those first two things will take a majority of these hours. So
Especially
unless,
since the like contracts one is dense, like
Yeah.
ye olde legalese.
I'm not really looking realistically to find anything, but you know, if someone can like give me some hints on like where to go after they talk to people, I just want to keep people like connected, you know. And yeah, that's it for me. I think I'm just spending the rest of my time just digging through notes and stuff.
Alrighty, let's swap over to Abe and Eddie going to the logging museum. Pull up to this, again, very old looking building, somehow older than the rest. A lot of this is still original of one of the first warehouses that they found, one of the first saw houses that they originally had. There are a few people kind of going in and out. It's not super busy this time of year. It's not peak tourism season, but it is a museum to the Miller family.
This is where you take over, Old Spice.
Oh, I'm taking over.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you know how the old people do things.
Oh, right. Some old.
No, that's because you read so many books
Oh, yeah.
and because you're old.
Oh, I mean, these are all facts, so you know. I guess I'll head up and like catch somebody walking out and be like, "Hey, can I speak to the foreman?"
Just like a woman with her two children, like camera loose, like hanging around her neck. I don't know the foreman here. We're on
Oh.
vacation.
Oh,
Maybe
alright.
go to the receptionist desk.
So
Oh.
we slam some mojito.
Yeah.
Should you really be day drinking? It's like noon.
Should you really be day drinking, miss?
Yeah.
Don't you look at me like that. I can see the flask tips sticking out your purse.
What up? Kids,
Yeah.
come on. We're going back to the hotel. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna pull out my book of the amendments and just write in drinking at 10 a.m. is legal. This, I got you, Eddie. Put it back.
All right, let's get in there. Let's go find the foreman.
Oh yeah. Guys, I'll go up to the receptionist desk.
Yeah, it's not like a huge, super official building. It seems like good money went into it, but it's definitely not like the Field Museum or anything, or the like Smithsonian or what have you. It's like a podunk sort of put together pieces of historical documentation, placards, paintings, things like that, all set in this old historical mill. And a woman, maybe in her like 30s or so, is sitting at this desk, olive skin, hair down in two braids, kind of is typing, looks up, like, oh, yep, welcome to the museum, Miller family logging facilities. What can I do for you? A pair of tickets or?
I'll like look over at Eddie, like nudge him. They're not old.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 2 tickets would be great. Listen, clearly not from here. We're
Honestly,
trying
most
to.
of the people who come through the family's museum aren't. Nobody cares really.
Are there any
when you've
remaining
been here.
members of the family left? Still mucking about town?
Well, there's my dad and his sister.
Oh, you're okay.
Me,
Sorry.
obviously. My grandma moved out of town a little while ago. She decided to retire in Florida. But yeah, there's a few of us still kind of kicking around here, staying in the old bones of the facility, I suppose.
Your father's the oldest?
My aunt's a little bit older than he is, but yeah, both of them are around the same process. He's actually, I think, doing a tour right now. I think they're over in that other room currently.
Excellent. Hey, we're going on a tour.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Sounds
thank you very
perfect.
much for the help. Here's the money. Here, listen. The names don't match on the card, but we're on a business trip, so just it says Ford B. Ingram. I promise you, he's fine with the charge.
Business trip to a. All right, cool. Day pass is a day pass. Kind of types it in. It's like, all right, here are your, like, gives you these like little badges that have like a very like 1920s like beaver mascot on it. Like, here you go. Tour is just started, but I think they just kind of passed through the first area, so feel free to join up.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, now Abe, when the tour's done,
Yeah.
we'll be talking to the father,
Yeah.
who is old.
Yeah, I think that's up my alley.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, if you need to tag me in again, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really want you to take the lead, okay?
Yeah. You just said because
right.
old people, and she wasn't old.
She had an old soul. I think it would have been fine.
Well, I got the dad though, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'll start walking. Listen here, old man.
No, wait. No. Well, all right.
Just like kind of turn the corner into this other part, and there is an older gentleman, probably in his late 60s, early 70s, small, like pince-nez glasses, talking to a group of maybe 5 people. Just kind of looks up. Huh? What? Oh, what? First of all, rude. Second of all, that's not a way to approach a tour, so to speak.
Well, about 18 score and 380 years ago, that's how we'd approach these tours.
Okay. As
Done.
I was saying, and like kind of turns back.
None of that made sense.
He kind of like takes the pause, looks over the pair of you. I'm sure Eddie looking mortified in the scheme of things. Turns back. It's like, yep. So this is typically the type of equipment my great grandfather would use in these proceedings, and just like talking about, historical logging, kind of going through the parts of like the actual equipment and the actual day to day of the workers in this facility. You guys are on this tour for probably a good like 15-20 minutes as he goes through and does this explanation. The kids of the family who he is originally giving this tour to are bored out of their fucking minds, but continues on kind of going through, and it's like, and this is many times great grandfather at this point, I suppose. William Miller, founder of the Miller Company logging facility, and he was the one who kind of pulled out Eden Grove as the type of place to be for these sort of things. As you see, our town is densely wooded. He carved this little patch of land out himself over many years, with him and the rest of the family and other workers, not Paul Bunyan type with his own 2 hands going through with an axe and a big oxen or anything like that, but going through and establishing this town with
Okay.
obviously he wasn't like a big leader or anything like that, just like going through the speech, and you're just talking back at him this whole time, answering his questions, I'm sure.
Like, what piece of what relic in here would your old great grandpappy prize the most? Think that would be a good thing to offer up to, like, I don't know, like a fae or something, that he just wouldn't actually give them.
Pardon?
Yeah, something to just offer somebody up.
Somebody? Are you somebody or something?
Something, something your great grandpa would. Son of a bitch. Something, he would have offered up for a deal, to make this place, with his own hard work, of course.
I'm not sure of any particular deals or anything hence taking place at those times, but the some of the early cutting equipment was some of the first established ones, and we've managed to restore them and kind of keep them obviously not in working condition. A several 100-year-old planer is not going to work the same way as it once did, but those are some originals, or as close to as we can get them from the time period. Everything else are personal family heirlooms that we don't place in a museum
Mm.
because my mother has them
Oh, that's where you'd find family heirlooms.
in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. She took him to Florida. Well, no wonder the face pissed off Eddie.
I would like to begin by simply saying I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Normally, this is where I would try to beat around the bush and talk my way into getting you to tell me the information that I need subtly, smoothly, in a charming manner. But I decided to let my friend Abe take the reins on this one, and it ended just as well as you could have expected it to end, I suppose, if you knew anything about him. So instead, I'm just going to be very straightforward with you. Myself, Abe, and a few of our other friends are here because we are convinced that you have a fae/fairy problem on your hands. Sounds ridiculous. I am fully aware. That
Um,
being said, I'm going to need you to trust me on this one. Okay. In situations like this, when there are civilizations and small towns, villages, any sort of settlements that pop up out of nowhere in the middle of a place that would be unfathomable to have cleared out or set up those situations in, or incredibly lucrative and lush in the things that they're doing, those things are tied to fey deals, which generally require human sacrifice to maintain. And if those agreements aren't met, then they start taking their blood price out themselves. So, very plainly, I need to know if you know any details about any deals made with Fae or fairy kind in this town, or if you don't, if you can contact someone who might know what we're talking about. And if you can't do either of those things, I need you to get out.
No.
Roll plus charm for me,
One
since you
dice
said the magic words.
is a 9.
Okay.
Damn it.
They'll do it, but the keeper chooses 1.
Can I take the help action for advantage?
I mean, there is a help out move.
Oh, is there?
You roll plus cool.
I do that?
Yeah.
Oh. What's my
How cool are you, Abe?
Hmm.
Got a -2.
Might be a -1. It's gonna be a 9.
Okay. So that does get it to a 10, but you expose yourself to trouble or danger
I'm good.
with that mixed success. So I don't know very particularly about any dealings or anything. I'm not an occult man myself necessarily, but I do comprehend that things are probably started off a little differently than most people plan. There were some journals, and he kind of pulls you over to a different exhibit, so to speak, of my great many, one time less than that, the son of the founders, talking about having to do certain holiday activities or things like that, dances, offerings, praising in the woods. So there's something that there's nothing about sacrifice that's quite dark and uncouth, I suppose. And at this point, a security officer comes up, noticing early on this conversation, he kind of nodded his way over to the reception desk as he was thinking, grabs Abe like by the shoulder, not super rough. It's like, all right, sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the
Huh?
museum right now.
Well, I just had one more question. Was any of those relics a glass jar with like a cork on top of it?
I think you need mental help services, sir.
Why would I need that?
I may be old, but you're a bit off your rocker from the average folk.
I didn't make a deal with a Fae, you know. That's crazy.
Neither did I.
It's kind of sus.
And like the security officer's like, all right, sir, come on, and just kind of like starts to lead you.
I'll just pull up my book. I'm within my rights.
No,
damn
no,
it.
no, sir. We're going. It's private property. We're going to have to ask you to leave. We have the right to refuse service, and we're refusing your service. Have a good. Is like gently like leading you.
Can I get my money back?
No refunds, no returns. You
Oh,
took the tour.
Don't worry about it. It was Ford's money. We're good.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
And it's like the woman at the reception desk just kind of looks at you like, sorry.
No,
Like
no,
as
it's
you're
totally
like
understandable.
looks at Abe as he walked by. It's
Oh.
like, sorry, dad. Is like as you're being kind of like hurriedly led out of the museum.
That's fair.
And you are now standing out front with your little placard that has a little 1920s beaver design on it.
So, when did those traditions stop being upheld? Was there any changes relatively recently? Was one missed?
Not really in recent memory. I suppose when I was a kid, we did still have some seasonal celebrations, get-togethers, stuff like that, but it just kind of fell out. The new townies who moved in didn't care much for it, and the leaders just stopped putting it on because we had less and less attendance as my group aged. Community dances weren't as cool anymore, so we stopped going and they fell out of fashion, so to speak.
Gotcha. Well, I'm pretty sure one of them ended about 10 days ago when all these animal attacks and all those things started.
We did we did recently lose Ethel, one of the elder ladies in the community, and she was incredibly traditionalist, just kind of holding through to things, and I guess that was about 3 weeks back. Yeah.
Word. Okay. This is where the questions get strange. Where is Ethel?
What?
Buried, cremated, waiting in line for her turn. What?
How
Right.
incredibly grotesque of you.
Listen, I just asked the hard hitting questions to save lives here.
We have a community cemetery. Her ashes are buried there with the rest of her family.
Perfect. And her belongings,
Went to her kids,
who are here?
who moved to Chicago.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay. Okay.
Also, please don't curse in my museum if you could help it.
Sorry, I'm really working on that. I'm going to call Jeff. Hey,
Hello, this is Jeff Shade, Ghostboy Detective. How can I help you?
hello. This is Eddie King III. Bait. I need you to swap your research focus.
All right. For what?
I just confirmed with what was your name, sir? Sorry.
Michael.
With Michael here, one of the original family members, that about 3 weeks back, a very traditionalist lady named Ethel died. And so I'm pretty sure she broke rituals, but we need to know what ritual she broke that would have happened in the last 2 to 3 week mark.
I'll do my best. Ethel who?
Ethel who?
Ethel Williamson.
Okay. Awesome. I'll ask around for information on Ethel and any kind of whatever. Gotcha.
Thank you, Jeff. Hangs up. Thank you, Michael.
Please leave.
Same though. You know,
What?
people are about to start dying. It's about to get real rioty, real fast with these fays. So don't stay here.
I will take that into account.
Okay. All right. Don't say Eddie King didn't try to warn you. The only one good bait in this place, and y'all are ruining it for me. Turns and just walks out and meets back up with Abe.
You'd see me out there turning away people coming up, telling them that the place is closed.
That's fucked up. But I support it.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah.
There's a fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a fire in there.
Gas leak.
Zarya, the receptionist, just sees you out of these like glass like double doors and just like can't hear, but is seeing and then like people turning and walking away, and she's just like,
So what was that guy's problem?
Oh, so apparently there's this old broad named Ethel that died, right?
Yeah.
And she was real traditionalist, right?
Mm.
And she must have kept doing all the rituals, but one of them didn't get done.
No.
Because she's dead.
Yeah.
And get this, her stuff went to her kids.
Oh.
Who live in fucking Chicago.
Oh, that's a terrible place. We're not going there, are we?
isn't Abe Lincoln from Chicago?
Yeah, I think so.
He's from Illinois, I know that much.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where. Yeah, I don't want to go back there.
Without her stuff, we don't know what ritual it was she was doing that kept this part of the town safe. So I'm gonna need you to get in that van and start doing some research so we can figure out what the fuck to do.
Did you get her name?
Ethel Williamson.
Okay. Sounds familiar.
Jeff is also researching.
Oh, good.
Also, Abe, after this,
Mhm.
we're working on your goddamn people skills.
What are you talking about? Let's cut to the chase, you know.
You can't do that.
Oh.
You can't do that.
Well,
When, you're
sometimes
when you carve a turkey, do you go straight for the bones in the middle, or do you start on the outside for nice, clean, even cuts?
no, we just tore the legs off.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
And so we cut over to Ford and Uruk, who are walking up to the police station at this point in time.
Sorry, Rook, 1 second. Just got overdraft fees on account
For like straight up, it was like $10.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
So
you're running out of money for it.
yeah, no. I put my phone away. My personal phone. There's like 3 phones in my jacket at this point.
So company card from now on. Got it. I go and switch it, pull out my wallet and switch it to the front. We all got copies.
All right. I'm thinking good piece of information we should get from Herrera is notable scenes, places where bodies were found, possible corpses we could examine, right?
Okay.
That a good place to start?
Yeah. So how are we approaching this?
Well, I think that the badge comes with a number of benefits, especially in small towns.
And
might
if
be
they
able
ask
to-
for my badge?
They won't, unless you want to wait out here.
Oh no.
If they do ask for your badge, you're a contractor.
We have a contract?
No, but in case they ask for your badge, you're a contractor. Brought in from outside the agency to help with a particular problem.
I mean, that is literally what I'm here for. I'm a god.
Cool. Expert on theology. Great. Sound good? Got you covered?
So I'm myself, literally.
Yeah, Uruk, you're yourself. I'm just gonna open the door.
The second the door opens, you are greeted with wild shouting, akin to probably what some of you are used to hearing, like in a grocery store when someone's not getting their way. You see an androgynous person standing at a desk kind of towards the back of the room with one gentleman in a uniform kind of standing up and trying to talk with them, and another gentleman in a slightly different uniform at his desk with his hands in his, like his head in his hands, just completely exasperated. This person is like, no, you don't understand that Fluffy went missing last night and I don't know what happened. I'm starting to be worried that it's something incredibly extreme, and just like going on and on, diving into some weird territories. Like, I'm sure these creatures or something must have gotten to my house, or ghosts or something. Fluffy would never abandon me. Something like this would never happen before. Just like you see, the standing gentleman is just trying to, like, it seems to be taken like the second shift almost, while the other officer is sitting there with his head in his hands, just tired of this person's business. Seems that they have been here a while.
Is there a bell
Like on
Excuse
the
me.
door or like on a okay.
on a desk?
There is,
Uh,
but Ford just kind of shouted in, and like the two gentlemen's heads look up, and the other person turns around like, oh great, another person here to like not do anything for what I need going on.
I'm gonna
Just like,
flash
River,
the
calm
badge as soon as they. I'll be holding the badge. It says FBI on the front.
Oh, great. So clearly it is something. The federal government's involved with what's going on here. You two really need to step it up and find my Fluffy. She was the last one taken over the last few days, and you know it's only getting, and just like,
Mm.
all right, River, here. And just
Hey.
like the standing person just like turns them away a little bit.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a picture of the Fluffy?
Oh, yes, of course. Like they immediately come like power walking almost in your direction of like, okay, and here, and like pulls out like their wallet that instead of like a family has a photo, or like a series of photos of this one small Pomeranian dog. It's like, so this is Fluffy. They have been with me. Like, she's been
Yes.
mine for several years now at this point, and I am just so beyond lost of what it just like is
And I
saying.
place my arm slightly around her, on her shoulders, and kind of like gently walk her out the
Damn.
door while talking to her, and say, ma'am, do you have one of those pictures that we could keep so we can make sure Fluffy gets home safely to you?
Oh, yeah, here, I have copies of this one, just kind of like digs through a pocket. These are all the ones that I've been putting on the missing posters, and
I take it and I'll say, okay, now we're gonna do what we came to do, which is involving getting your Fluffy back. The best thing you can do is be home ready, waiting for Fluffy to come home. If you're not there, who's gonna let them in?
oh, well, they do have a doggy door, but you're right. I should be there to greet them, otherwise they won't have their afternoon snacks ready. So thank you for
Exactly.
helping. And they
Thank you
kind of
for-
like take a pause.
Thank you for dealing with him, Gil. Gentlemen,
Just the one
officers.
is like, oh, thank God, thank you. That's been my entire morning. Oh, they
Sorry.
are a lot.
Pour yourself another cup of coffee because I think it's going to be a bit longer day.
Oh God, damn it. All right. And
Hmm.
the standing gentleman, Animal Control Officer Herrera, what is the FBI doing in Eden Grove?
I'm with the UOU. That's all you need to know, really, apart from what you already know, right? We hear you specifically have been dealing with some disappearances, maimings, and deaths of animals in the area. Am I wrong?
You are not. Yeah, there's Rivers here is about the 10th pet to go missing. Well, pet and livestock. Frankie and Edward lost a couple of their goats the other day. Yeah, it's a weird sense of things. And Officer Dean, kind of from the back, pouring his cup of coffee. It's not anything weird, Herrera. Like, it's just, I mean, it's weird. It's not anything like River said weird, but got to figure out who the hell is taking these animals. It's weird.
Let's have a town map,
Yeah, we have a town map.
a big one, in paper form.
Okay, like Officer Dean kind of like rummages through a drawer, produces like a road map, basically like one of those unfoldable maps.
Can you mark down the locations in order that the attacks happened?
I offer Dean my pen.
Thanks. Just kind of marking a few places. It doesn't seem to be in any particular order, like not
And
working from the outskirts in or anything like that.
asking them to do like a 1, 2, 3 in the order, just so we know the order they went in.
It, like does so, kind of takes a breath. And Daniel kind of points out, it's like, yeah, most of the bodies we found have been wildlife, so I don't know really. We haven't had any pet bodies kind of come up at any point yet.
Do you
Hopefully, never.
do you have any corpses we might be able to examine? Or is there a notable location? Have they been found in random places or in one spot?
Eh, but random as the sense of like what area around town, but they were all 50 feet within to the tree line, not too far out of that. Haven't really found anything loose. Just
Anything notable that might be useful?
notable how
Broken rocks, footprints at the scene. Come on, you're a cop.
I'm an animal control officer.
Same uniform.
Right.
Ugh.
I don't know. It seemed like there was a mixture of a struggle. Like the most recent thing that got taken down was a bear, for cripe's sake. Like a mixture of animal footprints, weirdly hoof and paw, as well as boot prints, kind of out and throughout. That one was kind of to the northwest of town there, but no like gunshot wounds or anything. The thing seemed mauled from several directions, gored almost by like categoristic of what I've seen with like antler wounds and slashes.
I pull out a chair, sit down, and kind of put my feet up on the desk. And how long have you guys been officers or animal control workers here?
Daniel speaks up like, well, I've been the head off animal control officer here for about the past 5 years. And Officer Dean, after marking everything down, it's like, I've been here for about 25.
Okay, Dean, has there been any, I don't know, deaths or recently decided to relocate families that have been here a while?
Not,
Some people that are maybe stuck towards some old traditions or something.
I mean, that's definitely nothing unusual, really. We lost, yeah, Ethel a couple of weeks back. She was one of the older folks in this town. Very historical by the book sort of thing, but just normal things. Folks getting sick, folks getting old, kids going to college, nothing too
Yeah.
noteworthy.
Anything strange surrounding this Miss Ethel?
They said she's very historical and traditional.
Yeah, she's just lived here, born here many years ago, lived here her whole life, died here. Was one for the books, and she was an old broad who keeled over. It just happens sometimes.
Okay. Was she dead in her home? Found somewhere else?
Heart attack, unfortunately. Died at home. Pretty normal circumstances. She was like 86 years old. I guess a little young in the scheme of things, but not like
And did you
mysteriously
guys
young.
find anything at the house that might have struck you as a little odd?
Not
Drawings,
necessarily,
books
no.
out of place?
No, she had, she had her historical books, things like that. She kept some journals. Her daughter came into town and kind of packed it up and brought it back home with them over the last few days. And
They took everything. Nothing ended up maybe with the library or
I think some of the texts probably did end up in that historical library that the town has. Nothing like too notoriety filled, but it's not often you get a day-to-day journal of someone who spent the last 86 years in an old town. So Edmund thought it would be useful to keep.
You think
How
we could
long-
see the property?
Ethel's house?
Yep.
Yep.
It is an empty lot at this point in time, but where
There's
does
no
this
building
have-
there.
Well, the house is still there, but it's like an empty house.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Like nobody's moved in yet. All the
That's
stuff is gone.
That's fine.
Why does the FBI need to see Ethel's house?
That's
Mm.
seriously none of your concern.
Roll manipulate someone for me. Plus charm.
uh, 6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Mark experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't really see how that's pertinent to the generalized investigation. If you get me some records or something that proves that it is worthwhile to whatever OWO is here doing,
I mean,
maybe.
so we're banned from looking at an empty lot that no one lives in.
It's UOU. It says it on the badge.
You held the badge up across the room. Right now, it's city property, private city property. If you all decide to trespass without the information that I requested, I guess we'll be involved then, I suppose. Daniel's just like, okay,
Will
calm
it just
down. It's
make you feel better if you just come along with us and you can accompany us on this little excursion?
So you're-
Originally, we started on vacation here. This was a express call. It just so happens like, hey, we were sent here for company vacation. I feel like they did this on purpose, you know. Yeah, we'll send you guys on a company vacation. Oh, hey, look, you're just where we need you to be. While you're there on vacation, could you take care of a little something? I don't really want to wait for the paperwork to get its way here. Look, we just gotta take a look. All right. We're not gonna we're not gonna do anything.
well, then I would recommend you continue to enjoy your vacation, sir.
Fair enough.
Daniel's just like, okay. Would you like to see the dead bear?
Yeah. I think I would.
Yeah, it can cut this badge waving tension with a knife. All right, let's. Fuck, where do we store the bear? Nope, we just left to
What?
the carry-ons. All right, let's go. Let's go to let it.
Where did
Come
we
on.
store the bear?
My favorite sentence I've ever heard.
Officer Dean, was it?
Correct.
Very against us going to this Ethel's house.
I seem very against the higher ups of the federal government poking their nose in the business of a small town like this without providing any proper paperwork or things along those lines.
Caginess is usually noted in these circumstances. Thank you for your cooperation, though, Officer Dean. And I will make a point of writing something in my little notepad, and I'll close it.
It's just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's literally scribbles. It's nothing actual. It's just
Well, Officer Dean, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as the bodies keep coming, you'll come back and ask us to take a look.
Ixnay on the bad copy.
Just kind of like sits back down with his coffee. It's like, it's been Like 1 bear and 2 deer. What the fuck are they talking about?
And I I slide a little picture of a fluffy dog his direction and walk away. She'll be back.
They'll be back.
All right,
Herrera!
what are the lot of you doing? Herrera will lead you out of town. Did you want to gather other people with you? Are you all just investigating on your own still?
I
Or
would just make the call, and then I'm assuming Eddie would inform us that he also found out about the person that died. So yeah, well, we're
think-
currently banned from going to her property because it's city property, and they want paperwork.
I could call Glenn.
Or
They're fabulous.
counter proposal. I'm just gonna go to the house.
I mean, you're free to do so. Just be
I
warned.
ain't
If there's
talk to
any...
no fucking cops.
No, but it is city property, which means they can definitely arrest you for being there, regardless of you knowing or not.
I do things that can get me arrested all the time, yet somehow I never get arrested. It's crazy.
Yep. And I don't want they to comes. All right. Once again,
Okay,
need you.
I'll go take care of that because Abe and Jeff are researching. So,
Eddie, you
Our
want to
dead-
come
our-
check out a dead bear with us?
oh fuck. Well, I can do one of two things, Ford. I can go to that house where no one has told me not to be, or I can come
Yep.
see a dead bear.
Go to that house.
Okay.
I will point a detail out that I am just concerned we'll have missed, and it's already 10 p.m. I'm sorry, y'all. Monster of the Week sessions are long. One of Ethel's journals got sent to the historical library.
That was my next thing. I was gonna.
Okay.
Well, I was
was-
just we had Jeff's in the historical library researching.
No one
It
paid
was
Or
just
attention
that
about
to
game of like,
now.
somebody tell
Yeah.
Jeff, please.
That was gonna be my next
I
thing.
thought
Yeah.
I assumed because was looking up stuff about Ethel
So-
would have.
I would be control effing Williamson family name. I moved over to the computer at this point. I'm done with the books. I'm control effing Williamson and tradition and ritual and any keywords would come up. But with
Hey,
information
Jeff.
on with information on this, like 10 days, I'll ask about that specific like 10 days ago or when Miss Ethel died. Is there a journal here?
All right, so Eddie, you're welcome to do either.
I mean, Eddie, how good are you at finding possibly a secret room and some vibes about the place?
I'm good at everything.
You're charming people, not walls.
You don't know what I do in my free time.
If I watched you charm a wall, I'd have a little bit more faith in you. Maybe you should do it more publicly.
Don't. It's such a boring trick.
And yet it works literally every time.
Mhm.
Sorry. So was there a journal that has been found?
Yeah, you guys kept talking. I was gonna let this resolve.
That's what I
and
thought.
then-
That's
sorry,
what I
Dash.
thought, yeah.
Sorry, Dash. Sorry, Dash.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, Jeff, when you ask Edmund, the librarian, about this, he's like, "Oh, Ethel, lovely lady, poor thing. Yes, we do actually. Just one moment," and he kind of like goes into like a back room of to be archived things, comes out with a stack of like 15 journals. Very prolific writer. Documented her entire life, it seems. Was there anything particular you were looking for? I've just been thumbing through them myself, starting to get them cataloged and archived, things like that.
Any kind of maybe seemingly like supernatural rituals that maybe she participated in?
I mean,
I know
Yeah.
I know it's a silly request, but it's just what I'm personally into, so
oh,
Oh.
the ghost boy. Oh, you're looking for ghost boys. That's what that means. Okay. Well, she wasn't typically really much into the occult per se. I'm also going to have you roll act under pressure again. Spirit of a fresh dead person.
7. 8
7.
minus 1.
So, your two options here are focus really hard on not being able to feed, missing the next 5 minutes of what Edmund is about to say, or let your focus stay on Edmund and lose control of your hunger.
Hey,
Lose
that's a good
control.
tough choice.
Lose control of hunger.
Yeah, as
Yes,
Edmund
it-
kind of starts like, "Oh yes, she's not a very occult person," and you immediately rear back and slap your hand through the stack of books. He kind of braces himself for the moment, but it goes right through. He's like, duh, and you are immediately like invigorated with this fresh spirit energy. And he's just like, Ghost boy, indeed. I'm going to. Yep, and then just like turns, walks back into that closet with this stack of books and closes it.
Come to my senses. Oh, God damn it. Text group chat. Hey, y'all, it happened again. I can't be at the library anymore. I'll calmly take the gloves off, leave them there, I'll just walk through the wall, leaving the building.
Yeah, a little bit of what that was said was um, she was not a very occult heavy person, but she was some of the last people who did the town ceremonies. Tried not to use the word ritual again. A non-occult ritual like town dances, like Founders Day, those sort of things, town events.
Would I have read about any of those town events yet? And like the other
Would
random
have.
reading?
Yeah,
Okay.
you would have covered some of those.
I'll kind of text everybody a culmination of like what I learned while reading through everything and all that.
Yeah, it's basically kind of akin to what Michael had said of there were a lot more town focused things of thanking the earth, thanking the families who founded this town. There was a yearly, not like quite harvest dance, but like founders dance that kind of came together where everyone did live music and performance. But those had really kind of faded off in recent years. And from what you gather, Ethel might have been one of the last people privately participating in these sort of things.
Okay. So he texted everybody about this.
So we
So-
gotta bring the magic back.
Looks like we're doing a little swapperoo, Eddie.
Okay.
Yep. Jeff just got kicked out of the library.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the library.
Okay.
You and Ford go look at a bear. And what's on the person that can literally just go through walls to the house they're not supposed to be at?
I don't think we need to go to the house. I think we need to get people back on board.
I'd like to say that the city hall is probably off limits. I wasn't just kicked out. The dude's probably pretty alarmed, and we should avoid that for the rest of our staying.
How bad was it, Jeff?
Uh, you know, I was kind of hungry, didn't know it.
Oh, you spilled crumbs
Did
on
you-
one of the books.
Did you attack him?
I mean, define attack?
Did you attack a human, Jeff?
Yeah, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Are they okay?
Oh, yeah, they're okay. I just, ate some.
There's probably a lot of
Nothing.
spiritual energy in the historical books down there.
Yeah.
I
I'm
do have
surprised. I'm surprised you made it a few hours. I'm proud of you, Jeff. That's better than last time. We'll
Thank
keep
you.
working on it. Well, that's not good because if he calls Officer Dean really doesn't like the two of us right now. So we're just, you know what? We're just gonna go to the. We're all gonna go meet at the bear. Well, not everybody. Eddie, go meet up with Jeff and make sure Jeff can't be. Jeff, you're gonna have to hang out in the van for a while.
Okay,
can't
that's
know-
fair.
They can't know that we're all together.
maybe
I'm
it
okay
might
with that.
be worth looking up some sort of replacement ritual that might draw a fae in.
I would, if you're able to start researching that on, looking it up, Jeff, and maybe contact.
I
some
would like
people.
to ask maybe Eddie comes with us to the bear, because no one can deny Eddie's face. I'm really not much of a talker.
This is Dash as the keeper pleading you, for the love of God, stop being split up.
Yep. Okay. Let's go to the
Let
bear.
the party be together.
Let's go to the bear, please.
Officer
Alright, we're
Herrera's
going
been
to the
very
bear.
sweet.
We're going to the bear.
I will walkie everyone. We're going to the bear together.
Just like look up at Jeff as I pull up outside.
Or like look down
Ford,
and
Ford used the walkie-talkie.
yeah. I'll phase into the back of the van and get another mojito ready.
You should probably sit in your special seat for a little while.
Yeah, just let me just grab my drink first.
Okay.
You want one?
Yeah, well, always.
Awesome, cool.
We here at the Disappearances do not condone drinking and driving in any capacity. Uh,
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Or drinking on the job. Also a no.
I will like shut the door on the monster cage room that's in the back
Yep.
just for a minute, just to make sure that Jeff's fine, and then we will all convene at The bear.
Officer or animal control officer Daniel kind of sees the rest of you walk up like, oh, you got a whole squatteroony going on here.
They're all contractors. Sort of an agency handler is my position right now, but these all are the experts.
Frankly, I don't care, dude. It's fine. Like,
I get it.
you flashed your badge, you're being dramatic. I get it. Dean's kind of an asshole.
Usually it gets people to shut up, but I didn't, all good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we didn't really have the means or the facility to move it. So it's kind of been sitting here for about a day or so. Might be a little rank. I'm sorry for those kind of weak of stomach. I named her Bertha here. It just kind of like leads you guys a little bit into the woods, like 100 feet or so, to this large bear corpse with like a couple of crows perched atop it, kind of pecking. He's like, no. It just kind of like shoos him away. Your continued cycle will continue. Thank you for your service.
I am going to immediately like pull out my little like film camera for documenting scenes and just try and like walk around, do my little walk around and see if there's anything even more out of the ordinary in like the immediate area.
Gonna make sure to stay behind Ford and the camera at all times.
Somebody roll either investigate a mystery or read a bad situation.
I can do cool stuff with read a bad situation. Hold on.
Okay, get in there.
I can use cool instead of sharp because I have tactical genius.
Wow.
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 Genius.
9 plus. Oh, what's my cool?
And it's like, look,
Oh, it's a total of 12.
hell yeah. It's a late afternoon at this general point in time. You get to hold 3. What is my best way in? My best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What is the biggest threat? What is most vulnerable to me? And what is the best way to protect the victims?
Immediately, I think, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yeah, looking closer at Bertha, as I named her, I suppose, you see an odd combination of things. It is again hoof prints and paw prints, but not enough of each to constitute more than one creature. You see a relative clear pair of boot prints walking up to looking over this corpse. Its throat was finely slit, and Boots kind of those footsteps leading up to where its head now lays, coming from deeper within the woods.
What's the best way to protect the victims? I think would be.
You're not going to like this sentence, but I'm going to elaborate on it to make it hopefully better. Stop it from killing. And there are a few different ways potentially to make that happen, by either stopping the creatures that are doing the killing, like killing them yourself, or appeasing them in some way.
Well, Bart, what's your gut telling you?
I get one more, right?
Yep, it's hold 3 on read a bad.
I'll go with what's most vulnerable to me. I think that's probably going to be the most useful.
Kind of based on the information that even Officer Dean had said in passing, it was a couple of deer and now a bear. Animals are going missing, but then what? It seems to be ramping up to something.
And there was not tracks, but an implied direction further off into the woods. Okay.
Yep, that these humanoid footsteps came from. And again, an odd number of footprints for either type of species. The human had 2, but...
Right. I'm going to point out the tracks that lead away.
How far did you follow this, Daniel?
It kind of fades out 100 feet or so in that direction.
Like,
Oh, don't worry, I'll check it out.
just stops completely.
Starts getting the undergrowth starts getting thicker, and just kind of sees this guy walk off. The thicket gets or overgrown. It's kind of hard to follow tracks after a certain point.
Got it. Well, Daniel, go home, lock the door, go in the bathroom, lock the door, and lay down in the tub.
You have any pets?
Sorry, still reeling from the ominous energy that was.
Muffled from the forest. Just trust me. Get the fuck out of here.
It kind of just
It's safer that way.
full on at this
Charm.
point. I face him and like full on like galaxy eyed, staring at this man. Go home, lock the door, protect your pets if you have any. Go be safe.
I'm assuming that reaction was a real high roll.
14.
Yeah. This is succeeded by Eddie, technically. But Uruk probably thinks he did it no problem. He's like, oh shit, Professor Colonel's in trouble? Okay.
No.
Just kind of like the looks. It's like, what? It's my gerbil. It's fine.
Captain Colonel the gerbil.
Professor Colonel, like sunflower kernel. It's his favorite treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I Godspeed with the bear shit. All right. Good luck.
Thank
No,
you for your help.
Adges.
You know, they're non-essential. I could just
I think that's really unnecessary and a huge liability. Like
Daniel has done nothing wrong to you.
Daniel's been
I
very
just
helpful.
mean everybody we've talked to, they really don't like saving themselves. I don't like
fine.
saving unnecessary people.
I think that caginess aside, people have been as helpful as they can be. And who knows, maybe we'll find out Dean or whatever, the dickhead, has something to do with this, and then we have a reason to be a dick, Uruk, all right?
I really don't think he does. I think he's just an asshole. He's been there for 25 years. They get moody.
Everything's nothing until it's something. You find anything, Eddie?
What are you looking for, Eddie?
I just like saw the tracks, and I'm just walking, like staring at the ground, following those tracks.
Yeah.
And like whenever it starts to get overgrown, I just like crouch down, and then I'm like on all fours, just crawling through, like moving the vines and shit, just like, well.
Oh, we're going. I'm following. Just slower.
Okay. Yeah. I want to make you roll for this, but I don't think I can. I can. I always can. I'm God. Roll act under pressure.
Okay. Yeah. 7.
7. So you can keep your nose to this grindstone of this trail. The overgrowth is getting real thick. So your options are stay focused and keep this trail hardy and allow what the environment will do to you, or protect your body and lose the trail.
I am professional bait. Bodily harm is in my job description.
So
I will
yeah.
maintain my position on this trail.
Eddie is zoned in. Absolutely nose to the grindstone, nose to the dirt in this instance. As you are kind of crawling through this thicket, you are being cut with various brambles and sharp thorns and things, taking one harm in that process. And as you
Ow.
are continuing forward, 100% focused, just crawling forward, step at a time, your hand stops finding purchase, and you go tumbling off of a decently sized ledge into a clearing. Or if you get the whole way down into a clearing, you can either accept this or roll act under pressure to try and grab onto something.
Either way, I'm screaming, there's a cliff as I go to tumble down.
Like
But
to,
I,
imagine,
sprinting up to the cliff edge.
I like to imagine I was just casually walking beside you the whole time with my mojito, just sipping on like, man, that looks like it would, bud. Oh, ow.
Yeah,
Oh, and
we're
then-
we're just behind him by like 2 feet. I'm kidding.
Said no idea.
I'm like next
Thick
to I'm
brush.
facing I'm
Yeah.
facing through the brush, just next to him, watching him.
I would like to act under pressure to
Yeah.
not fall into a clearing. 5.
Nice. Mark experience.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, let's go.
You could technically level up
I'm
whenever
fucking
when you get
doing
it.
it.
As you go tumbling, it's not incredibly far. It's maybe 15, 20 feet. So it's not like a sheer 100-foot cliff face or anything like that. You try and reach out and like grab onto some of the tree roots coming through on this cliff face. You do so. You find purchase, but your speed was higher than you thought. taking an additional. Do you have any armor?
Nope.
Cool. An additional 2 harm as you dislocate your shoulder, forcing you to let go, crashing down into the clearing below. But laying there, maybe 50 feet in the distance, you see an incredibly old, dilapidated cabin.
Well, that looks like what we're looking for.
I found it.
Are we able to follow him? Like no longer following the trail, just following Eddie's.
Yeah, you can find a
trail?
reasonable path down.
Okay.
It will take you probably a good 10 minutes, but you can make a relatively safe path down. Maybe a twisted ankle, like a slight bruise, but you'll be fine.
Hey, take your time. Don't worry. I'll go check it out.
I
Don't
Walk into the cabin.
wait till
Or
we at
towards the
least
cabin.
get down
I won't
there.
go inside yet, but I will go towards the cabin.
pull out the fucking M4 that I have, and I'll just
Wait.
I'll sit.
You walk
I'll-
up on the bear holding an M4?
I
It
always
was just a
keep one on me.
cabin.
I always keep one on me. That
I'm
it's-
talking about we
better
walked
job.
straight
Oh,
here
yeah.
from the bear.
yeah, yeah. Carry on. I'll just take up a position watching down on the cabin.
You know, I used to build these.
Yep, you sure did, buddy.
Yeah, they called them Lincoln logs.
Just walking me if anything goes wrong.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
So, Eddie, are you just walking
Did-
towards this cabin?
were you given an iron medallion from Ford?
uh, No.
Put it on.
okay.
Eddie,
Shit.
give me yours.
I'm already like at the cabin.
Okay, never
Like
mind.
I'm just walking up, just like, hello?
It is
Anybody home?
ruined, seemingly taken back by the forest, overgrown with vines and brambles and shrubbery. More intact than it seems to be for its age, but utterly abandoned and crumbling.
Mine held
Yeah.
up way better.
Jeff, get anything ready that you want to possibly deal with Fey Fairy.
Gonna take out my net.
You just have
pull
like a
out my
butterfly
musket.
net?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like one of them, like big, like gladiator nets, I guess.
Okay.
know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna try to cast, like whenever we see it, I'm gonna try to cast magic on it to make it contain whatever thing we're fighting.
Eddie, are you waiting for the others to walk up to you?
You're good,
No.
Eddie.
Okay.
I just see Ford like lay down with a gun pointed in my direction. I'm like, yeah, okay, it seems fine. Hello. And I'll just like walk into the cabin.
The floorboards creak below you. It smells less stale than it's ought to be. Like there was almost a fresh campfire, the smell of bubbling cider of some kind, fresh baked bread, a circular rune kind of carved and painted into the floor, covered in blood, but seemingly with no source in this empty building. It feels homey walking into it, like you can stay a while.
Okay. How's about hello now?
Roll plus charm, Eddie.
Okay. 10.
10. You start to hear, as the others are approaching, not fully quite here yet, a distant melody on like a wooden pipe of some sort, seemingly dancing from nowhere. Kind of take a moment and go, nope. Immediately kind of slap your hand and like dig your head into your shoulder, blocking out the music, feeling it for that split second, drawing you deeper into this forest, but you shut it out and shake it off.
Hey, I wouldn't come in here. There's some music trying to, do some creepy music stuff. Listen, I just came to chat, just kind of looking at the cabin. I know that some deals have been broken and that those deals need to be fixed. So why don't you come on out and we can discuss things?
You are met with silence.
Okay. Okay.
From outside the cabin, do I hear Eddie yelling at all when he's speaking?
You hear Eddie seemingly more distant than he should be, and you hear the crack of twigs like behind you and to your right.
Kind of slightly turn to look.
You see a form of a large creature in the tree line, quadrupedal, seemingly. It almost looks like a small horse or something.
Oh, not the pony.
Princess Pony.
Not like mini horse size, but like small. It's not a Clydesdale. It's a horse.
Okay.
Do I see it from
Nice.
my Overwatch, like way back there?
You see a vague dark shape. You don't see it quite as clear, but you
Okay.
see kind of a mass in the tree lines that Uruk has turned to look towards,
You live in the cabin?
asking to the figure.
Yeah, they could be controlled by the Fae or whatever. It is obviously not here of its own accord.
You hear, or well, you see the figure kind of hunch down a little bit, and a strange and twisted sound coming from it, almost part whinny and yet part deep, rumbling canine growl, as you see a glint of eyes of a predator ready to stalk its prey.
Pull out my sword.
I could just burn this whole fucking cabin to the ground if you don't want to come and talk. That's totally fine.
As soon as I see Uruk pulling out the sword, I'm gonna do radio check. Everyone call in.
Ford, keep trained on the cabin.
Okay.
So as you pull your sword, you see this lurching creature come darting out of the tree line. Front legs, from the front, it looks nigh exclusively like a horse. Like, what is happening? And then as it kind of turns and charges, you see the hindquarters of a very large wolf. And as it's charging, the mouth opens almost a little too wide, far back up the lip, seeing rows of sharp teeth as this thing comes charging at you.
I'll shoot it with a musket.
Roll kick some ass.
What is that?
Plus tough.
That's tough. 6.
Cool, mark experience. So you do, missing because it was slightly too far from your reach, but its head immediately turns to you with these slit, almost feline eyes as it instead turns charging at you, opening its widening maw, again, too wide to be a horse, and sinks the teeth into your shoulder. And you will take 2 harm as this thing is now latched onto you, this large
So instead of
chimera
running
of
for
a
me, it
creature.
ran at them. Because Abe should be with Ford.
Oh, I thought everyone went down except
Yeah.
for me.
I thought
Yeah.
everyone came down.
Mhm.
So it
Uh,
basically like
Everybody
turned
came down
direction.
except for Ford, who stayed up on the top so that he could.
Oh, I
aim
thought
down.
Abe stayed with Ford.
If I have clear line of sight and I see this thing attacking Abe, I'm gonna take shots at it.
Roll kick Sabas.
Cool.
Does it? You said it stays latched onto him, or just a quick bite and let go?
It's latched for the moment and like looks like it's ready to start kind of like shaking its head back and forth.
It's a 7.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna make this a little bit different then. Roll damage for me. Or no, but what damage do you do? Not roll damage.
Assault rifle does 3 harm.
3 harm. As you do, normally in this 7, you do damage to each other, is typically what happens. You're very far away from this horse. You're on very unstable ground.
Mm-hmm.
As this shot goes off, you feel the earth begin to crumble underneath your chest as you begin to nosedive off of this cliff face. You have time to react,
Okay.
but it is crumbling beneath you. Are you reacting or just falling face first off a cliff?
I'll try.
Pop your parachute, bro.
And it does release Abe with like this, again, weird whinnying howl almost as its like maw opens in front of you and it stumbles back a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try to tuck and roll, keeping my eyes on the target, falling with it, not trying to avoid the fall, but trying to mitigate or avoid damage.
Cool. Roll act under pressure.
Cool. I'm gonna use bottle it up to add. I'll make it a +2 to this.
All right. So I have
That
plus 2
means-
hold against you.
Yes, you do. I get to play with the mechanics of the game. It's a total of 10.
Total of 10. You do what you set out to do. You lose eyes on the target for a moment in the sense of you're tucking and rolling. You will take kind of 1 harm from just the bruising of falling that far. It does not ignore armor, so if you have armor, you're fine. And you kind of stumble yourself back up to a kneeled position facing this group of people. Jeff, Eddie, Abe, what are you, or I guess Jeff, Eddie, Uruk, what are y'all doing?
Now that it's let go of Abe, I kind of want to step up to it and kind of bring the sword down in a point to try to stab through the head and pin it to the ground.
It is standing. You
I'll
can.
jump.
It's just, it's
I will-
horse-sized. Feel free.
Yeah,
Like, roll kick some ass.
that is a 10.
It is a 10. What's the damage? 3?
With the great sword, yes.
Nice.
Or the flaming sword, yes. 3 harm, hand, fire, holy, and it is considered weakness because of smite. My body and divine weapon always count as weakness against the monsters I fight.
For Uruk, on a 10 plus, choose one extra effect. You gain the advantage, take one forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you force it where you want them.
First
You're
of where I
trying to-
want them.
Yeah, pin its head. It's forcing it where you want them. You do with this sharp, again, uncanny whimper as you pierce through its bottom jaw, shoving your sword deep into the ground as it is pressed down, still trying to stand at its full height as its sword is going through the palate. And it is lashing and fighting. And in this kind of tumble, it is chomping down repeatedly on your hand and arm, giving you 2 harm in the process.
Can I pull out my axe, try to cut its head off while he has it pinned?
I'm gonna let Jeff do something first, but yes.
Oh, okay.
And or Eddie. I don't know if you're leaving the cabin.
Oh, I'm burning this bitch down.
Okay. Jeff, what are you doing?
I'll throw my net on its legs, I guess. Try to
Okay.
like trap it up.
Yeah, roll plus weird. Or I should say roll use magic, which is plus weird.
Yeah. At 10.
10. Awesome. And you're trapping a specific person, minion, or monster is your goal?
Yeah. So I guess the head's pinned, so I'm trying to trap like the 3 legs. Like
Yeah. That are flailing around and like kicking and things like that. So you do. Its body is wrapped in this magical net, keeping it relatively still as it is in part growling and gurgling and whimpering, and Eddie is burning down the cabin.
Yeah.
What do you have on you to do that?
A Zippo lighter, because every adventure always has a Zippo lighter, and a plethora of mojito supplies.
He doesn't
Which
want
we-
burned.
Mint leaves.
Mint leaves are the most flammable part of a mojito. Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
The muddled wet mint.
Yeah, you just take them out. Like I think it's very established that Jeff and I just have stuff for mojitos on hand because we're on vacation mode. So I just pop some out, look around the cabin for a place where some of the wood is like rotted and splintered a little bit. I know it didn't look stale. Shove it up in there, light it up.
Roll act under pressure for me.
Why?
You're trying to do a relatively fine thing with a dislocated shoulder
Oh yeah, I did get fucked up, huh?
and combat happening outside.
That is an 11.
Okay. Wow, good act under pressure roll.
Yeah.
You start this fire. It is slow for the moment because we're still in media res, but it is beginning to catch.
Yeah, fuck you. You should have come and talked to me.
Abe, are you going to behead this horse?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if I can roll high enough.
We'll kick some ass.
Can I move my hand out of the way?
Yeah, you let go of your sword.
In
Oh,
case he fucks up, I see him getting ready to swing. No.
Mark experience.
It's plus what?
Tough.
Not that it's gonna matter. Solid 4.
Mark experience.
Yep. Okay.
So there's a live capture policy. I'm just
Yeah, you're just now like connecting the dots. You, in the mixture of Eddie shouting about burning this bitch down and Uruk like flailing back, your attention is pulled a little bit and you heartily slice the net off of this creature, falling beneath the hooves, just losing your balance in this process. You will take 3 harm as you are being trampled under the hooves and large canid feet of this chimera. What are y'all doing? It is freed and like flailing and kind of pulling around this sword that is seemingly pinned it in place for the moment.
I'm going to
And it looks rough.
like slide over to the side now that I've danced back and realized he missed, and just slide forward and just two-piece this thing on the head to drive it further towards the ground.
You're just punching this horse's head down?
I have +2 or whatever. Yeah, I have 2 harm, intimate, hand messy with my unarmored attacks with weakness.
That's valid.
If my sword's pinning it down, it's getting these hands.
Yeah,
Nope.
you punch this wolf horse to death just in this kind of blind holy fury, just start slamming down as you see the hilt of your sword driving through the top palate of this creature's head as it slumps onto Abe and your sword. Abe, you're
Yeah.
fine. You're just under a very heavy creature, but you don't take more harm in this process
That's good.
because you're unstable at this point, I think.
I'm 2 points from dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie, Eddie just like has spent these last few moments of fighting just like lighting a couple more places on fire, turns around and then sees the creature all dead and shit and goes, "Whoa! Well done.
All right.
We should leave. I just pissed off a bunch of fae folk and fairies and stuff."
Oh no, I'm gonna get
All right.
fired.
All right.
Fired. I'm gonna get fired.
No,
I
you
go-
think you're gonna get fired? Check out what's happening to them.
And you glance behind Eddie, and this ancient cabin is slowly being set ablaze from the inside out.
I am
Preservation and containment.
lifting as much as I can of this body up so Abe can climb out.
There
You
you
do so. It's reasonable enough.
Was that it? Was that the?
And I'm
Oh.
pulling my sword out. Oh no, that's not it. They made this. They're not here. They didn't answer Eddie.
And at this point, I want you all to roll plus charm. As the fire sets ablaze, you all hear the faint flute on the wind.
Dude.
5 + 3 + 2 is 10.
4 +
4.
4 is 8.
Hold up.
I rolled a
And you
6.
said charm.
These guys suck ass. I'm
Yes,
throwing
plus
them away.
charm.
That is a 10.
What's going on, baby Jeff? I don't like that face.
Got a 6.
Got it. Ooh, 10s and 6s. Yes,
And
10s
a
and,
four.
10s and fails, I should say. Again, Eddie, used to dealing with this, kind of covers. Uruk does the same. The three of you caught off guard. Ford in his job stress. Abe having just pulled out from under this creature, and Jeff just in vacation mode. Was prepared for some tunes.
Jeffcation mode.
Jeffcation mode. Hey
I
Abe,
like it.
Uruk or Eddie?
I guess I'll say Root because they're right next to me.
Okay, roll act under pressure for me.
What is that?
Plus cool.
Roll. This could be bad.
Yeah, I guess I
7?
probably should have given people wards.
7. You look over at this holy abomination next to you. Rage absolutely filling your heart. You want to cut him down, but you can't. You're on vacation, friends, co-workers, something. I'm going to give you the choice to attack or not if you are within this stance. Not attacking
Yep.
is a risky choice to make under the Piper's spell.
So I would be attacking the demon, but
You'd be
well, I'd
attacking
seeing-
Uruk.
Yeah, I'd be attacking Uruk. Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll just not attack. Why not?
Okay.
I can take it.
I'm damn near dead anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my job to keep you alive, asshole.
This haunting melody echoes louder and louder and louder in your head, seemingly guiding you deeper into the forest. Jeff, Uruk or Eddie?
Eddie.
Roll act under pressure for me.
We're boys, bro. Like that's it.
And that's cool, right?
Yes.
So 8.
8. The same, presented with a similar choice. You're vacation bros. You can't do this, but you have to protect him. You have to do something to stop this. He's burning the only home he's ever had. You again get the choice to attack now or betray the Piper.
I think considering Jeff's previous outburst with the feeding, would probably still be on edge a little bit and would probably attack.
All right, roll what you're going to do, be it if you're going to kick some ass or use magic on him or
I think I'd do the magic like hand attack thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's like an a cool roll or a weird roll? It's my natural weapon.
It is just kick some ass.
Okay.
But you get those things.
Yeah. 4.
You miss as you, Eddie, see Jeff, something haunting within him more than usual as he kind of like reaches these ghostly hands out to you and you sidestep past him.
Whoa! What the fuck, man?
Ford, same question. Uruk or Eddie?
Eddie.
Valid.
Yeah.
Roll
I
act
want
under
that
pressure.
fucking. This is my fucking van now.
Act under pressure.
Act under pressure.
So I can still add pluses to this.
Yep, it
Can I
is
add
the
it?
act under pressure move.
Can I add after I've rolled, or should I call it now and then I don't know the etiquette for this game.
You can add after, I don't care.
Cool.
I already have 2 hold on you for not act under pressure.
I'm gonna add 1 to make it a full 10.
Alrighty. You hear this haunting melody. You were trained for this sort of thing. No fey fuckers getting to me. And you hear this haunting melody as it quickly fades from your mind as you are pointing a gun at Eddie and like quickly pull it back.
Whoa! What the fuck's going on over here?
Eddie,
Yeah,
some shit's going wrong.
We're pretty sure
Okay.
it's a feint now, right?
yeah.
And I want to draw a magical ward on my forehead to help protect against songs.
Roll plus weird. And Abe and Jeff, you
That is a
are
9.
still planning on attacking. Again, roll act under pressure. You get this each time to resist. And Abe, yours are really snap out of it. Fight or flight are your 2 other options.
After I roll,
Um,
or those are just my options?
After you roll.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
It's like
I
unless you
also-
succeed, then you're fine.
at this point I would want to move closer to everybody.
Let's see. Oh, that's plus what?
Cool.
I move into the
8.
center of where all my friends are gathering.
Yeah.
And just start just belting Celine Dion at the top of my lungs, knowing that I heard the music and just doing anything anything that I could possibly do to like try to drown out the noise.
What
Um,
about you, Jeff?
I got a 5 for the act under pressure to resist, and then a 1 for the act under pressure, whatever thing to attack.
That kicks some ass. That's
The kick
plus
some
tough.
ass. Okay, plus tough. So a 2 for the
Okay.
kick some ass then.
Made it real close. Jeff is still just kind of walking around, like trying to grab at you by these ghostly hands, missing repeatedly. Abe,
I had a 9.
you had a 9. I get a glitch. The combination of Eddie screaming at the loudest you can and Uruk, you doing this warding magic. You do what you want to do. You cast this magical ward on your head, on your person, but it sends out this almost cacophonous thrum as it kind of echoes through the forest. Whatever is here knows you're here more than it did before. You draw immediate, unwelcome attention.
Come, asshole. You hate wards anyway. Let's fucking go.
Abe, your options are fight, flight, or freeze. So either attack one of your party members, now that they have all kind of gathered up, escape deeper into the forest, or do nothing, and it will be harder to resist in the future.
Like, can I use preparedness?
Possibly. What's
Is that a-
preparedness do?
Is that a thing? It's where I can like basically summon a rare item
Yeah.
if I roll high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
Okay.
justifying something here.
Could I aim for some Piper music blocking earmuffs? It says rare.
No,
Oh, okay.
but it's not no entirely. It's no, but you can roll for something that is akin to a Fey ward to try and break you out of this. So yes, I will allow you to do that. There won't be
Okay.
Piper blocking earmuffs, but there will be a thing.
What'd you roll?
5.
Oh, buddy.
Use a luck point. Use a luck point.
Yeah, you got luck. Fucking burn
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Fucking
Do
get in
I
there.
even
sorry,
have
I did-
luck?
You do. You have, I will give you 3 luck to spend since this is a one shot. I forgot to explain luck. If you spend a luck point, it is an immediate success on the roll. If you spend all of your luck, I am in control of your character sheet now.
Wunderbar. Wunderbar.
I would like to use a luck on that.
Yeah. You think back doing all of this research at this point, trying to figure out Faye, what do you do for Faye? What do you do for Faye? And just remembering back through all of your research, there are wards, there are things you can do against this. And just in like a weird, distinct muscle memory, you shove this iron medallion in your mouth, snapping your teeth onto it, and the metal in it connecting with some metal fillings that you have somewhere in your mouth creates almost a feedback loop in your brain where it is no music to be heard.
Yes.
Just
So
yeah,
but I'm free.
you're free.
Good.
Seeing that, could I do the same with Jeff? Just grab the medallion and shove it in Jeff's mouth, or
Yeah.
would I have the wherewithal to understand that's what's happening? Or
Roll plus sharp.
cool. Shouldn't have asked. It's a 7.
Abe definitely seems to have it together now. Maybe that had something to do with it, or maybe it's just Abe. It's hard to say. So you
sorry.
don't basically have a clear answer on whether or not the iron is what fixed it. But if you want to act on that hunch, you can.
Was this
It was just basically determining if you had the wherewithal. It wasn't like a move.
based on that hunch? Ford, being a act first, ask questions later type of dude, will run over to Jeff and grab the medallion and shove it in Jeff's mouth. I'm sorry.
I feel like I'd like try to resist, maybe. So would that be like an act under pressure to resist the charm, or like how would that? Like,
So
it's still
are you
charm?
trying to resist? Well, because you'll get an act under pressure to resist the charm. Basically, at this
Yeah.
current point from where you're at, would you be fighting this person coming lunging at you?
Yeah, so like I'd probably like pull away from
Yeah.
them trying to shove something in my mouth.
Roll act under pressure to avoid iron mouth shove.
That's reasonable.
Do I
Yeah.
need to roll anything?
Cool.
You are clattering your teeth a little bit, feel the taste of cold metal against your tongue, and then your mind goes silent of the echoing pipes. And you see Ford standing in front of you, just having shoved this thing in your face.
Ah, thank you.
Sorry.
You see, as like my mouth starts to phase through the ion as I talk. As I phase through the ion, like now that it's dispelled, am I good still?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Where was that coming from? That was not fun.
Wherever you are, and I know.
I
Oh.
guess, yeah, I'd like scan the clearing.
You again
Oh, it's from deeper in the forest.
hear a deep and guttural growl paired with hoofbeats, and the very faint, as Eddie kind of takes a pause, like cougar sound. If I was better at sound effects, I would make it, but I'm not. Paired with the beating of wings, one low to the ground and one higher up in the tree line. You are in this clearing, and quickly looking around, there is a cave behind this building ablaze.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll check it out. I run in the cave.
I start running right next to him.
Yep.
How does
Yep.
I have a like DM question? How does incorporeal movement work with like when I'm inside something? So like if I phase into a tree, can I like go up and down the tree?
Yeah.
Or like if I go into the ground, can I go
Well-
up and down the ground?
Yeah, kind of. I was gonna say yes, but then I remembered flight is
Oh.
also a monstrous thing.
Yeah, so
You could technically climb it from
yeah,
the
that's
inside.
that's what
but
I'm
yes.
imagining.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You
Cool.
can't just like
That's all I
levitate
needed.
up to a top of a tree, but yeah,
Yeah, that's all I needed. Cool.
like
So while
swimming through
they
jello.
while they all run towards the cave, I'm gonna take out my little 38 revolver and shoot at the thing and run the other way. Like run the other, like trying to like distract it.
The flying thing or the running thing?
The flying thing.
Cool.
That's literally my job.
Yeah. Roll kick some ass actually to see if you happen to hit this. Unless you
Um,
are shooting at it and not, like to grab its attention and not at it.
I mean, I would shoot. I'd shoot at it, but I got a 4 again on the kick the ass roll.
Nice.
Oh,
Keep
no.
remembering to mark your experience because you can level up in the middle of a mission. This shot goes off as Abe. Are you running into the cave with them, or are you standing out here with Jeff?
I'll go into the cave.
Okay. Yeah, you hear this gunfire as you kind of whip around to see what is happening. This large, again, merged creature, body of a cougar, like large cat, but with the pushed up nose of a bat-like creature and these large splaying wings tipped in heavy claws, comes ripping out of this forest, chasing after Jeff, quickly followed behind by this oddly lanky bear, built bear in stature, but hooves at the end of each feet and a large rack of moose's antlers coming out of its head as its jaw widens, baring its sharp fangs, both charging directly at Jeff as he runs.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. As they get close, I'm just going to turn around, smile, and fall backwards into the ground, and then swim my way over to the cave.
It'll take you a little bit, but you can certainly do so as the four of you are running deep into this cave system. You notice from that phrase, it is not just a singular cave in the wall, it dives deep into the mountains, winding several paths. And you hear, again, this faint echo of music. Not pulling you per se, but getting louder as you climb deeper into the system.
Got a way to render aid. Isn't Abe like really fucked up? Yeah.
And Eddie's shoulder's still dislocated.
Yeah, I don't feel so good either.
I don't know exactly how healing works. You have to have a med kit in order to do anything, right? Is that
No, you could roll plus weird to try and magic it. You can magically cure someone. Or there's recovery, but that happens more at like end of session things.
cool?
So if you have like bandages, which I don't think come in standard gear, or you can try to like mend them to make it like you could reset a shoulder, but you can't like heal someone's harm without use magic necessarily.
Right.
Can I only use
I-
preparedness once?
You can use it every time.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I did have a med kit in the fucking van, but I did not remember to grab it.
Could I
Yeah,
try to
y'all got a
summon-
whole thing.
Could I try to summon like an all-in-one cure-all med kit?
No, but I will let you rifle through your stuff to see if you have bandages to heal harm.
Maybe a first aid spray? Yeah. Full heal.
Yeah, Ethan Winters it.
Give me a goop. Yeah, give me some goop.
Okay. 11?
11. Yeah, kind of rummaging quickly through your stuff. You're always prepared. You have things on hand. You have like this ancient, well-researched mystical salve that you know is rumored to cure wounds, especially open wounds and things like that. And
As
you
you're
have enough
finishing-
for 2 doses.
As you're finishing, I'm going to pop Eddie's shoulder back into place.
Oh, god damn it. Why?
Oh, we have a fix. Shit.
That wouldn't have fixed that. I will tell
know.
you that.
I'll put the solve on me.
You heal 2 harm.
Eddie's shoulder, like he can't really use his arm, right? Like that's gonna be useful for him to have later.
Oh yeah, like popping it back in's good. It's gonna be sore,
Cool.
but it's gonna be functional.
I'm gonna do that.
You
Sorry.
have training. You know how to do this, I'm sure, in some
Pop.
reason. It's unpleasant.
Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah, I guess you of all people know.
Yeah.
You have an additional dose of the salve if you need to share it with anyone else. And kind of as you guys are recuperating yourself, Jeff phases up through the floor, doing it like a backstroke.
Hey, Jeff. I toss the iron metal over to Eddie. If you ever hear music again and you don't cover your ears fast enough, bite it.
I'm literally the only person who has not had that music fuck with my head.
Yet, I warded myself.
Yeah, I bet this.
There are teeth marks, not majorly because it's a hard metal, but like scratching the surface of these government issued metal medallions.
All right, well, we got to just keep pressing on, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm a little pissed off now. Normally they like to talk. I'm down for talking usually because I don't like ending useful things.
As you fucking murdered a horse wolf.
Eddie,
It wasn't useful.
here. You know how to use this? And I'll pull the 9mm.
Yeah, sure. You just point it and you go like this. There's like fire 2 rounds off at the wall.
Oh,
Easy peasy. And I start turning. I keep going down further down the hall.
With those shots ringing out and you pushing deeper, you hear the distant clatter of hoofbeats and soft feline growling
You know,
as
Oh,
the
yeah.
music gets
well,
louder.
it's the bait if
They
you're
were
right.
still outside, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, you kids have fun. And he turns around and he starts walking the other way.
Oh,
I got to do my job.
Jeff, A, which one of you wants to stay with him?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
There are 2, Eddie.
I'm aware. I'm very fast and sprightly. And now well
All right.
armed.
Jeff, you're staying because you can literally just go through walls.
Okay. And now I will fly up through the ceiling. So I have my 5 experience. I
Let's
took flight
go.
as my next thing.
I was
now-
like, you don't have flight. Oh, you do have flight now. I see.
I rolled so many lower than 6s in the
you had a
resist
lot of
prompting.
4s.
So like now can I just fly through the ground and fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll just kind of float through and just kind of follow at a distance.
Well, that's new. Yep. All right.
So
Well,
Eddie and Jeff go one direction. Are the rest of you following the music deeper?
Oh, 100%.
I think we kind of need to be all hands on deck for this one. Maybe we should just run. No offense, Uruk, but
Run where?
away from the sounds that Eddie just made.
I mean, I'm not running at I'm running at the music.
Exactly. All of us should go, please.
Well, then tell them. Eddie's the one that wants to stay behind. What the fuck are you talking to me for?
Eddie.
Gone. He's just gone. He's doing his job. He is bait. He ran towards the things he needs to be bait for.
On the radio.
That's why I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are you yelling at me for? He's the one that said he's going the other way.
I think Eddie just stops and like makes eye contact with Jeff, who's like floating above. Jeff, there comes a time when everybody's got to make a decision. We got to save these people from this weird pipe of monstrosity, and to do that, we can't have the 2 powerhouses on the same side, you know. So I think our best strategic placement would be for you to go back them up, and I will lead those creatures away.
Jeff puts his finger up, pulls out the walkie-talkie and like points to his ear and says, I can't hear you. And like motions to the walkie-talkie and smiles.
The walkie-talkie and press the button right as Ford is about to try to call me. Call me back.
That's funny.
I'll fly off towards the rest of the group and leave Eddie to
Just
deal.
just like one look over, like one last like glance over your shoulder. He's just holding up a fucking mojito glass and just nods.
I just looks forward. That work for you? They'll be fine.
Yep. Carry on. And I just I'm gonna go
Ugh.
towards the music.
You just hear gunshots off in the distance.
So I'm going to start with Eddie because I don't know how
Oh,
well this is
good.
going to go.
Oh, badly. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
So are you just charging headlong at these creatures?
Oh, I'm kiting around. Like I'm dodging, ducking, and weaving. It's like trying to like using the smoke from the burning cabin as some cover and like
They, by the time you run back towards the cave entrance, they have entered the cave with you.
oh, I just go down some separate tunnels then.
Okay, so you're just
Lead 'em
leading
away.
them in a maze.
Yeah,
Roll act under pressure for me.
this will go well. You know,
It didn't go well.
6.
Mark experience.
I went solid as it could go.
What's your arm looking like right
My harm?
now? Yeah.
I'm at 3 of 7.
So you do lead them deeper into this cave system. A cave system you are not incredibly familiar with. You kind of charge back and forth, looking under, like over your shoulder, seeing this feline-like creature now running on all fours quickly through this tunnel, followed with a larger lumbering creature behind. Not much room to fly here. As you're kind of trying to figure your way out, you turn around and you are faced with a dead end. The tunnel not quite complete. What do you do?
And a nod. Hear the sound of like the paws and the hooves and shit behind me getting louder. And I think in his last, like knowing what's about to happen, turns around, faces them, pulls out his cell phone, and puts in a pizza order for 150 large pizzas being delivered to the hotel that he had pre-made, like had the order ready to go just in case, always has it loaded on these things. And the card on file is none other than Ford B. Ingram's business card. And there's just a note that says, "You owe me one, motherfuckers." Hits send on the order and like watches it go through and goes, "Yeah, okay." And then just starts fucking firing down the hallway as many shots as she'll have in the gun, just waiting for whatever's about to happen.
Yeah, you do. As these names are incredibly inventive. As the cougar bat and the bear moose
Nice.
come charging down. I took Atla advice. This cougar kind of spreads its wings and jumps up into the air as this large barreling creature comes charging headlong at you, rack lowered in your direction as it crashes headlong into this wall, goring you into it. For the other four of you,
He had the keys.
it's okay, he'll be on those antlers for a while. You continue deeper into this cavern system, passing the deeper and deeper you go, maybe a couple of dozen of pets, including a couple of goats in cages.
Do I see a Fluffy?
You see a Fluffy, a little drained, a little tired looking, but intact. And you see these malformed, failed chimeras in separate cages between pairs of them. A snake and a house cat, a guinea pig somehow mixed with a goat. That one did not turn out great. Just these attempts at breeding more of these creatures to set loose on the town. The music now is almost deafening as you walk into this large open cave system with a tall, slender, almost bony looking man playing a large ornate flute surrounded by these various half-formed creatures.
What's up, Piper Blee?
The head immediately whips to the entrance where you all pulled in. These almost skeletal, drained looking face, like a crack of what would have been a voice once, maybe escaping its throat as it kind of almost hisses in your direction.
All right, get it. Throat's a little dry. Like some water. Past the obvious points here. You can just nod yes or no. Was a deal made with the town and they broke it?
Just solemn, quiet nod.
Is there a way we can redo the said deal? New rules? You like deals, right?
This cracked, aching voice. They used to worship me. They lost all sense of honor.
You know,
I will
children will do
take
that.
the town back, for they don't deserve its blessing anymore.
Well, some of them didn't really have anything to do with it. I don't see how killing a bunch of people that were born generations after said deal was made or should be held to the same standard of the deal that was done before. Why can't a new one be struck up? Times have changed. Deals need to change with it.
They must hold their end of the bargain.
See,
or
that's the problem.
return
There's
the
no
town
one
to nature.
there's no one left in the town that knows what the bargain is. The last one that at least I can think of died 10 days ago.
That's what changed then. The
She
voices
died of a
got
heart attack.
quiet, and then they ceased.
Yeah, somebody who part of the original deal makers decided to not tell other people what they needed to keep doing it for a very good reason. And when you have kids, they just they want to be different than their parents. So things that they weren't told enough information on or showed the importance of things, they kind of just moved on from. They didn't know how important it was. So they should have a chance for it to be something to them, right? Like it's not their fault they didn't know. Their parents never told them anything. And as the generations went by and the ones that did know passed, how can they worship something they never knew? And so like they used to sing songs and perform rituals for you, yes? All the people there now, they don't even know that you're here. They can't worship something they don't know. They have to die for that. They have to lose their homes for that.
They did not keep up their bargain. The deal is ended, but
The one,
the
yeah.
deal can continue if they hold up their end.
What does that entail?
Singing the praises, honoring the land, honoring the creatures,
The chimeras?
what they were once, respecting this place and laying respect to me again. I made this town, I can take it away in a heartbeat. And I will until they learn respect.
I see how that's very frustrating for you. Believe me, my granddad, oh God, if anyone forgot our family name, he'd kill whatever descendant was living at the time. Very big on he's famous and needs to be famous and will always be famous. He's the guy, right? But the problem is, I don't know if we can convince the new people that are now stuck in their new ways to do the old way of praising you. Can we work out a new way that benefits everybody? You get your praises, they get a cool way of doing it.
The
Force
deal
is respected.
never outlined what the offerings, the rituals needed to be. Just that they needed to be. They stopped singing any and all praise, no matter the format. They can hold up their end of the deal. It does not have to be like the founders.
So they just need to show that nature has value.
But I gifted them that town and everything held within it, that I
And
allow the nature to prosper for them.
how would you like them to do that? I mean, I don't even know your name.
Piper is fine. I am what I do. There's nothing clear cut. I don't have to lay out for the children of the founders what they must do. They must be willing to try.
It doesn't really matter how they do it, as long as it gets done.
Is your deal, is it tied specifically to bloodlines? Could we in theory re-educate?
It just doesn't really matter who. Someone's just got to do it.
It's not the blood, it's the inhabitants, the townsfolk, my townsfolk. If the kids get petulant, they must be punished.
Death of a house pet's a little far for losing praise. You could have at least talked to them first or somebody.
I am but a ghost to them now. This is the only way they shall listen.
They can't listen if they're dead.
When the land returns to me.
I think we could.
How many natives would you say are in that town?
I don't know. What's the population of?
It's a few hundred. There's a
Few
lot of
hundred?
tourists that come through that bump it up. Think like a small, think like Estes. Estes is bigger, but like Estes proper,
Yeah.
when it's not tourist season, is a ghost town.
So you just want the town. If the people leave the town, you're not going to go hunt down a bloodline and kill them, right?
No, my domain is here, not those within it. I mean, by proxy, those within it when they are within it.
All right. Three little
No.
friendos here.
I
Looking at
won't
Abe,
hunt them.
Jeff, and Ford. We can try to convince the townspeople to best option, get back to praising Piper here and the forest and thanking them for the prosperity that has once been given to them in any way they see fit, as long as it gets done. B, we convince the locals it's about time everybody moves on somewhere else, and that nature is going to run its course through what's left, returning to what once was before the town was founded. Or C, the least likely option and the one that I'd really like to avoid currently, we Vengetti.
Well, he was the bait.
It was a bait.
Yeah.
Master bait.
He could still be baiting. I don't know. I'm just gonna. He hasn't said a quip on the walkie in a while, so I'm just gonna assume either he dropped it or he can't pick it up anymore.
Yeah, you all heard distant gunfire and then silence somewhere
Yum.
amidst this conversation.
Yeah.
Look, Piper, we need to ask that these abductions stop for now, while we figure out a way to get you your worship back.
There is time. I'm still building my creatures. They're not ready to be sicked quite yet.
It'll be a lot easier to convince more of the townspeople if we can give some of them their house pets back.
I've extracted what I need. You can return them if you think it will aid in the cause.
I point to at least the fluffy dog. That one will help somebody.
That one had next to no useful genetic material within it.
It
They
is a
are.
deceptively small animal, but
It has a lot of attitude.
I'm sure she could be very thankful to a certain Piper that it came back safe and sound. Well, drained, but I mean, it's still alive.
Steal their pets and return them brings worshippers upon me.
They're usually very grateful for that. I wouldn't recommend it. Someone might catch on eventually that the same person is taking it that gives it back. But this is a good start to get them doing a new way of worship to nature that if they think all things are going wrong, as long as they take care of the nature around them and praise the Piper that helped create their city, Piper will provide as they did before.
Right. I will return them to me. And plays a quick series of notes, raising this pipe to his lips, as coming in behind the pair of you is a large bear moose and large cougar bat, as they kind of like slink past you to flank Piper on either side, just kind of circling. The bear's antlers are covered in blood.
Do we see Eddie's corpse hanging
No,
off
Eddie
of
is
them?
to be seen.
Okay. Do I see a set of car keys hanging off the
No.
Okay. My
Or-
gun that I gave him? No? Okay, cool.
Or there's more than one set of car keys. If you thought I wasn't gonna make a spare key
Okay.
in case
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah,
to leave
yeah.
Eddie behind one day, you're wrong.
All right, Tummel. I mean, Uruk.
You have time. Not much, but I will give it. Show them that I am benevolent and awe-inspiring.
You hit him with a stick, and we'll go in with a carrot. It's a metaphor. Please don't actually start going in and hitting them with sticks.
Or carrots.
Metaphors elude me.
It
Leave.
is you did something bad. We're gonna give them something good. Well, they did
Take-
something bad first, but yeah.
Take the beasts, return them to their homes. You have 3 days.
Okay.
Gonna take out my walkie-talkie. Hey, Eddie, good buddy. See the creatures. Where you at? And I kind of just like look around the room.
It is broken from your shattered walkie, but you hear Jeff, Eddie.
Just click it just as best I can. Just like the button on the side, so it makes it like
Yeah, it's crackling, but some form of response.
Use Morse code, Eddie. Morse code.
it's just Morse code for Mojito.
That's a long amount of Morse code.
Arguably the most complex thing you could do on Morse
Yeah.
code.
Listen, the message has to go to Jeff, and I know Jeff knows what it is immediately.
M-O. It's Eddie!
Tell us where he might be, Piper.
Just kind of like the spindly, think like Jack Skellington almost, kind of bends down, like gently lifting up this ursine face. He's at the entrance.
Didn't get very far.
Crawled his way out, the haughty creature.
Gonna fly my way over to Eddie as soon as I hear that.
Good bait.
I'll give you the salve before you go.
Gotcha.
You might need that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
All right.
very crumpled and injured, bloody, several broken bones, but alive by the skin of his teeth.
Let's go.
Did we get him, boss?
Well-
Oh, fly.
Did we
Yeah.
win?
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, we got him. Fly up. Like, don't worry, I got you. I'll take this out.
And then last thing before we go, Piper. Thank you for giving us a chance to fix what the original elders fucked up.
Faith can be ever changing. Let's hope it is lasting.
And then I go sprinting out of there because I need to see how bad that fire is that we technically started.
Thank you. If you wouldn't mind, there's if you go to what did I name it? Fuck,
Unusual
UOU.
occurrences unit.
Yeah, if you go to the UOU's website, there's like a survey that just like fill it out if you get it. Second, my name's Ford B. Ingram. If you could there's a drop down and you could click my name. It's just like a service. Like, okay, I'll see you. And I'll follow Uruk.
If you want, I can help you rebuild that cabin out there. Kind of an expert at it.
It's a relic of the old faith. If you want to make one to the new, feel free.
Oh, I'm something of a relic myself, So
You are wise beyond your years, young one.
thank you.
Few flowers short of a bouquet, though.
I don't really keep flowers on me, so
Try.
okay. Put one in my lapel or something.
Take the beast and leave.
Okay, yeah. It's probably a good idea. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah, I'll gather up some of the pets.
Yeah, I'm assuming it had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
As-
cabin
Baked in the
is
dust.
smoldering ash now at this point.
I assume everyone fills me in on what needs to happen.
Is the beast body
As
burnt
soon
to
as
ash or still there?
go ahead, sorry.
It was far enough. It wasn't in the building, so it is just a corpse bleeding, laying in the middle of this clearing.
All right, cool. I'm picking it up and dragging it back to town. We gotta turn something in as the the killer of the bear, and
I got
something
it.
that fucked up Eddie.
I got this. Don't
Whoa.
even stress it.
Oh my
Nope.
God.
Well, I'm taking back a corpse. I also we need a souvenir.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm carrying these goats and a dog. I don't know if I can.
Just let me do the talking. That's all. It's fine. I got
They
this.
can walk. They're just tired.
Yeah.
I'll
All
carry
right,
the
what were you
dog
gonna
at least.
say?
Have you tried fucking walking a bunch of pets that aren't yours without leashes?
I was gonna say, as soon as everyone exited the cave initially, Jeff definitely asks, "Are we not just gonna go jump that old man?" Like, I'm going back in there as soon as I patch Eddie back up, and I'm gonna kill that thing
Why?
because it's trying to flaunt its power over the specific area, and even if you patch it now, what's gonna happen in another few generations? They're gonna forget, and then this is gonna happen again and again
I
and
have-
again.
A counter proposal for you. Not like right now, right? But like I'm bleeding from my everything, right? I can't do that again. So
At the very least,
we smooth things over now, and we get the people doing something now, and then we come back more prepared later and we fix it,
UOU's whole mission statement is to monitor. So maybe if we get some resources behind it, we can.
Unlike the rest of the US government, whose motto is creed is monetize. So I don't,
Oh, there's a good chunk of that too. We have programs help keep certain occult rituals alive in certain towns throughout the continental United States. So it's stuff like this has happened before. I've never been there for it, but I know it's happened before. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
possibility.
that's a really good idea for it. We should go with that plan.
All right, that's what you all think.
If convincing the town folk fails, we will probably have to go in there and fuck that thing up and hopefully capture it and find a way to safely transport it to my job in some way, please.
Not waited until like after we got out of nature. You know that thing said it owns the whole forest, right?
It's a what if. Piper knows what ifs, I'm sure.
We're just gonna, it's fine. For sake of brevity, when we get back into town, I just post up in that town center thing, just bleeding and with the corpse of the weird chimera thing next to me, and just wait. And every person that walks by, I say, "Get everybody in town here. I got something to say."
Just
And I wait until everybody is there.
just standing next to him, holding this little white Pomeranian, and there's an M4 on a sling.
I just
River eventually shows up. Happy, oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. All right. Listen. Trust me on this. For your safety, you need to worship the Pied Piper. I swear to fucking God. Otherwise, this is going to happen to every one of you and your fluffies and your professor colonels. And just points.
Daniel's like, oh,
And all of them from here on out, twice weekly worship and gratitude. You have to. It can't be argued.
roll plus charm.
Can
I'd
I
like
help
to-
out? Can I help
yeah,
out with
Yeah.
I'd
my
like to
15?
help.
It's a 12 plus 2. It's 14.
Yeah. Just like the murmurs through the crowd of like, oh god, oh no, like looking at this creature and this battered man setting out within the coming days. It's messy, but it's faith in something, if not out of fear. It may eventually become out of actual genuine reverence.
I'll call Glenn. Call in the incident. Be like, yo, there's shit going on.
Oh, you fought a fae creature? That's exciting. That's a new one.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Just a
hey,
continuing
Ford,
Waco.
thank you so much for giving me your service designated firearm during this mission, even though I in no way am working for the same company as you. Also, thank you so much for covering the 150 pizzas that we had for dinner last night. Oh, wait, that's for tonight.
Hey, Glenn, I resign.
Good for you. You have my number if you ever need me. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll see you on Tuesday for bocce.
Hell yeah.
Well, Glenn, you should come to the mountain place because apparently now we got 150 pizzas to eat. Pizza party in the mountains and a pool party.
I don't have any PTO.
That's fine. Use some of Ford's like we did.
I just quit, Eddie. That's not how that works.
I mean,
Only
like,
after Glenn tells them you quit.
Enjoy your pizzas. I'll see you at bocce. We'll get drinks
Okay.
afterwards. It's fine.
Yep. Have a good Sunday, Glenn.
you know, Ford, I don't think Glenn likes you very much. They never want to hang out with you.
I have only spoken to Glenn on the phone for the past 20 years. I know I just said we do bocce. It's a thing where, you know, one of us says we'll show up and then we're never there at the same time. It's been 20 years of that.
Are you the one that
Anyway.
always shows up?
I'm gonna go take off my.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
go
I
get
hit
back
around
in my.
Eddie.
Wait.
He needs help.
I'm gonna go get back in my Speedo and enjoy my weekend.
And to think this all started because you just couldn't let a newspaper go. So Eddie, since it's his fault, he's paying your medical bills.
I can get you a job.
I have a job.
We literally all have jobs. You just quit yours.
I'm baked. And just that's it. That's the end card.
That is the end of our Monster of the Week mystery.
I'm so sorry, Dash.
I thought I was going to leave it on fear turns to reverence, and then you kept talking. So
Yeah.
Every time we have less people for the Monster of the Week one shots as we play through, and every time they get more just chaotic bullshit. Like the less people we have, it's great.
I feel bad, so we appreciate you, Dash.
y'all have fun at least.
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Awesome. Well, thank you all at home for watching. This one's definitely a long one. The Monster of the Week ones always are. They're a little bit of a hefty game to get through. So maybe we'll trim it down nicely in editing, but probably not. There was a lot of words happening. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for spending your time with me as the keeper for this lovely session. As per usual, do all the YouTube shenanigans, do all that bullshit linked down in the description. Check out our TikTok, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook page, and our Discord group. All of that's down there, and just go through and list maybe your favorite quote from this session. There was a lot of wild, out-of-pocket stuff that happened. Oh, just quiet explanation. If you made it this far, you get the little treat. I messaged Alex directly and had Eddie roll tough. He got a 12. That's why he survived. Power of toughness, baby. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. Share the videos with people that you think might like them. These ones are a little bit different, so maybe catch some other folks who like more of these spooky Monster of the Week horror things, and we will see you next time for the Dice That Bind Us.